It's time for one Big Mac with cheese, no onion, and pickles.
It's fucking Logan right now.
Yeah, it felt like it when I was like, yep. My soul like left my body. I was like, nope, not gonna talk for the rest of this interview.
Peter with 214.
Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Going down the stretch. And time.
Baby, 220.
I like how Anthony pulled up cool jokes.
He said, where is it?
Anthony's like,
thank you, Anthony.
Anthony's like the Mexican Siri. You just say something, he starts finding a location.
Hello and welcome back to The Middle is Open. Abel Carrillo here, along with Peter Carrillo.
Yes, sir.
Anthony Espelin. What's up, guys? The kid, Patrick Espelin, is back in the studio. Pat, you look so good today.
Thanks, man.
How do you feel?
I'm
Tired?
like 3 hours of sleep, so feels good.
Nice.
But, looking good, feeling good.
Well, you look good.
Thanks, man.
I like that mustache, by the way.
Dude, it's growing, man.
Dude, for real.
I don't think I'm going to cut it until I leave to Rio Doso.
It's starting to go
I'm gonna,
over the
like,
lip.
I know, I got to,
Yeah.
start to, trim this thing. 'Cause,
yeah.
I'll be eating and,
Yeah, that's the worst.
I'm like, what is this? I think it's a bug or something. No, it's your mustache.
Are you guys competing? Like, with your mustaches?
Yeah.
Should we have a mustache competition? I think I'm going to lose.
I think if I
got a
shave
head
the beard
start,
and just
so.
leave the mustache.
Yeah.
Anthony hasn't shaved in like a year.
Yeah,
I've got a
Well,
hair
like,
start.
Anthony's got... I mean, let's all do it. Just mustache.
Until I leave. Just mustache?
I feel bad for Anthony because
Anthony's
he's got like this long
do
ass
the little
goatee
Yeah.
thing
Yeah, Anthony
going
can do
on.
the whole,
Hipster.
He looks like the guy
Captain
from Anthrax and shit.
what's that dude's
Anyways,
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Yeah.
sorry.
Of course.
Somebody
Yeah.
that doesn't have a mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone who does.
Special
I'll
guest.
join. I'll join it.
Here's
Oh,
the-
nice.
it's for a good cause.
All
I'll
right.
start growing it.
Yeah. So today's a very special episode because we have our first female on the show, guys.
Ooh, right
I
on.
am so excited.
Yeah.
Marlenn Barraza is with us. Yeah, look, you even get applause.
Yay.
Yeah, so she's on the show with us, and it's kind of cool because she is a legit journalist. Like, we pretend on this show like we know what we're talking about, but this is somebody that has been out in the field actually, like, reporting on stuff.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm stoked for this one, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to ask her a lot of questions that we don't have any knowledge to.
Which
Oh
is
my
everything.
gosh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get tested. No.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to get tested.
We have
Just-
our notepads here with pens, so we're gonna take
Yeah.
notes on
Actually,
all
yeah, we're all
the good
ready.
pointers you're gonna give us.
Wow, you
I was
guys.
like-
Yeah,
I didn't get a notepad. I guess fuck me, right?
that wasn't in the budget. We could only afford two.
Two notepads.
So
No, if anything, Pat is doing it the right way.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's so just
Oh.
sometimes how we do it out there in
Yeah.
the field. We don't have notepads.
Yeah.
Nothing. We just
gotta go on a feeling. I mean,
So
Right
that's
in
why
the
you guys
moment.
get it wrong all the time, huh? you don't write it. You don't write it down.
it's like, what did he say? I completely forgot.
It was something along the lines
You
of
win some, you lose some. Socrates.
It's like you just draw a blank and then you're like, "What's my favorite movie?" Quack, 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 quack. All right, enough playing around, guys. But yeah, you're in studio. You're a legit journalist. What do you do for a living? Let's hear it.
I am a photojournalist. So I basically am just the camera man behind the scenes of what I do at the local news station here that I work for, KTSM.
Nice.
So, photojournalism isn't just photojournalism anymore, right? Like all media just kind of blends in together. You gotta be a jack of all trades in media, right? So, somebody that's aspiring to be a photojournalist, because I hear people like, I want to be a photographer. It's like there's no photographers anymore. It's just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Basically, it's just a person behind the camera lens. It can either be a camera or obviously, but a camera like shooting video or just shooting still photos. So it's different. It's just capturing that moment.
So, like, can you tell us, like, what it is you do on a daily basis, like your everyday, you're on the job, you clock in. What is it? Like, walk us through.
Basically, so my shift right now is the night shift, which is basically from 1 to 10. And as soon as you go in, you clock in, it's just a meeting. You talk about what stories are happening that day, what is assigned to who, and the big story that's happening that day. So from there, you just start your shift. You go, at least for me, I go and get video over here. Oh, they need you over here in the west side. You go, oh, there's breaking news in downtown. You go drive to downtown. You just get that video. As far as certain stories that are assigned, they already assign like the interview for you. You get the video and you do the interview and the rolling of the video. And then from there, we have shows. For example, for our station, we have a 5 and a 6 o'clock, and we sometimes go live, or I'm doing something else. Same thing, getting video. And then from there, it's already the night, and basically I'm on standby. So from standby, basically it means that I'm breaking news. So if someone, crashed into a wall or something, depending if the police department calls us or maybe we hear it on the scanner, they send me out there and I get it. And I get video of that, and that's what's called breaking news. And then from there, we have a 10 o'clock show, and same thing. We either go live or I'm still on standby until I clock out.
Do you have a dispatcher or a police scanner or
Yeah, I was
something?
about to ask that.
Yeah, so now with the phones, you can actually get like a police scanner app. So we have that sometimes depending on the person. We also have a police scanner at our station, which we can hear everything kind of what's going on, or we have this thing where the PD, our EPPD, is courteous, where they let us know certain things. If there's like something that can be, maybe there's a suspect still at large, which basically means that they're still out. That's when they'll kind of, you kind of need the media's help for that. Same thing if, let's say there's a shooting going out at a certain area, let's say on the west side, they need kind of us to let the public know, hey, stay in your homes. There's someone out there, or there was a shooting, just be careful, whatever. Or a crash, same thing with the crash. Hey, there was maybe a 3-vehicle crash on I-10 downtown. Basically stay clear of that area. So it's certain that they don't tell us everything, like they don't call us for every single little thing that happens every hour of the day, but some things they do. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Is there someone just always constantly watching like the freeway to make sure like there's never like traffic, or there is traffic or something?
That's TxDOT.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Texas.
I'm like, that's he's like, what is that? I want that job. Just like, yep, there's traffic, but don't go that way.
Yeah, it's text that.
As you can see, Pat doesn't watch the news.
Yeah, I don't watch the
man.
news.
They do the TxDOT like every 5 minutes, dude. Like, let's check out I-10. How's it look out there?
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's dope.
It's
Shout out Texas.
shout out text that.
It's about time somebody does
Yeah.
that.
Thanks a lot.
I've been waiting for it.
They took
for
my
years.
idea.
They took my idea.
Yeah.
Pat, do you just tune in to hear like the golfers forecast? And then
Yeah,
you
pretty
just,
much.
I know the
Book
sports
it.
section.
The golf index is
Yeah,
a
the
9.
golf
I'm
index
like,
is
hell
like,
yeah, let's go.
All right,
It's a 7. I'll still go.
it's a 4. You're like,
I'm gonna
okay, I'm out.
yeah. No, yeah, I don't think I hardly watch the news, man. I'm kind of
Really?
bad at that.
Yeah.
I used to never either. Don't worry.
You
Like,
get
I
to an
don't-
age, I think. You get to an age, and then like you just watch it all the
I
time.
feel like because my grandparents always watched the news, I was like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to watch this shit.
it is depressing sometimes.
I think that's an old people thing. Like, old people will watch the news like the 4, the 5, the 6,
Yeah.
the 10,
Yeah.
and then Good Morning America or whatever
It
is.
was like between Ellen and fucking the news. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll watch Ellen.
Dude, I used to watch a lot in the morning, and then like I saw Michael Strahan was like on every show.
Yeah,
he would like
dude.
just change his suit and jump
Yeah.
into
Yeah,
another
for
set.
real.
It's
I
like,
used to watch the morning news. Like the morning news, I can watch. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like that's nice.
It's because it's a little more like lighthearted.
Light-
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, hell
It's,
yeah.
it's fun. They
It
have
is.
Yeah, and they're
starting
like,
guest
wake
on.
up. You're like, hell yeah, let's fucking wake up. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then my grandma was making breakfast. It's like, let's do it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
and
beautiful
Anthony was
day.
asleep.
Anthony was asleep. Andrew was sleeping with his eyes open.
Yeah.
So like you working in the news, is it hard to, I don't know, like convince people of what you guys are doing is like legit?
It's challenging for sure. Obviously with nowadays like social media and the phones and stuff, it's easy to kind of just spread out news slash influence through something else. So yeah, it is challenging to kind of like compete with that, because a lot of people just get their news from Facebook. I mean, I sometimes even do, but at least for me, I mean, I'm following like the rest of our local stations to see what's happening in the city. So I follow stations from San Antonio. I follow stations from Los Angeles just because I'm curious what's going on. But I mean, that at that point, it's already like, more credibility because it's a local news station from that specific city, state, whatever. But as far as Facebook or Twitter, it's just so easy to see something and get influenced by it. And that's where the competition happens, because a lot of people just believe what happens on Facebook. I mean, to be honest with you, before I even started like going through this field, it was easy for me to see stuff and then just be like, oh my God, this and that. And I mean, as parents start getting into the social media world too, they right away are like, oh my God, this happened. And it's just so hard. It is a little bit hard, but I mean, you just have to keep doing it because at the end of the day, they are looking for you.
So I thought it was kind of interesting that you said, basically like any average Joe could pick up a camera and call themselves a reporter, a broadcaster, a journalist. Back in the day, I guess you could say people in media, like the news stations, would be in competition with each other. It'd be like Channel 3 and Channel 7. I'm just making up. But they'd be against each other, ratings and all that. It seems like now they've kind of bounded together and they're kind of fighting off this wave of people starting podcasts that think they know what they're talking about. or just the information that's out there. And so people get lost. I remember when Abel was going to school at NMSU and he's like, I'm taking a ethics and a law class. And I mean, I was in media. I didn't take those classes where I was at, but he did.
It's because it was UTEP, dude.
NMSU all the way.
Right. But it's just, there is a ethics in studying journalism that a lot of people don't realize. They just say, you're part of the establishment. You're the mainstream media. So it's kind of a hard stigma to break out of, I guess, like for the people that don't understand what goes into your actual career.
And I think you said it kind of pretty spot on. It's obviously the ratings and the competition, the stations, the local stations, it's still there, obviously, because you're not working for the same thing. But or under the same station. But recently, when we were talking about it earlier, the media, in quotes, the media, it's we kind of did come together. It's a thing that we come together, to fight off these people that, they're just being mean or rude.
They're just trying to discredit you, right?
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, in our world, you grow thick skin. But it's a little bit offensive when you do have people telling you, oh, the media this, the media that, fake news. It's kind of like, well, no, like, for example, me, the rest of my colleagues, we went to school for this. We took an ethics class. We took a law class. We know what's going on. We understand what's happening. We know right from wrong. We know what to do. You can't be biased. You have to be.
And then you do research as well.
Yes.
So it's like all the work you're putting in, and then somebody comes and says, you're just lying.
Yes.
To fit an agenda. And it's like.
And
really?
you just try to know the way, at least like what we do is let's say there's a problem, you get two sides of the story, because obviously there always is. You get about 2 minutes of showtime to, give the people, the viewers, both sides. So let's say half of it is one side and then the other half of the story is the other side. And then you just let it up to the viewers to decide what they want. That's actually what it should be. I know there's sometimes some news outlets or whatever that they are more, I guess, the left playing field or the right playing field. But as for us, and at least for what I believe and my reporter that I work with, that's the point. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to show both sides and let the viewer decide what they want to decide, not influence them on what they should think, what they should do. That's the point. That's what journalism is supposed to be. You're supposed to let people decide for themselves, not make them decide like, hey, this is it.
Like how frustrating is it to like go to a site and you get these protesters? Like it seems like as of late they've just been coming out of nowhere. Like you get these protesters and they don't even know who you are. They don't know your oh, is that a ghost?
Hello.
Oh no.
Oh, special
Oh
guest.
man, sheesh. Dang.
A reward.
Dude, Uber Eats, DoorDash,
you.
Postmates, they don't have anything against. Like, Amber's the best. Like,
Yeah.
she's
That
awesome.
really scared me.
my wife.
Yeah, no.
I know. I was like,
Yeah, like the door. Well, I can't see shit. I just saw the door like opening
And
slow.
then I just saw donuts
I
come
know. I saw donuts and I'm like,
Well,
It was
I
like
didn't.
Mr. Rogers were like a special message.
Brought to you by Dunkin'
Blue's
Donuts.
Clues, like we got the mail.
Makes me wanna wet
Dang.
myself.
You want to grab a donut?
no, I'm good.
No, grab one.
No.
You're on the show.
camera's gonna see me
Yeah.
eat.
No,
Yeah.
dude, you have to eat a
You don't have to
donut.
tell me twice.
I was like,
Okay.
"Peter's gonna get a donut."
You have
I'll
to eat a
take little
donut.
break.
All right. So,
That was awesome.
Yeah,
all
that
I
was
saw was
cool,
just
man.
legs, and I was like, "What was going on?"
well, like the
Donuts.
doggy door, like kind of
Yeah,
like.
that's what I
moved.
saw first.
Dang, sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still gonna be rolling. This is like how our
Okay.
podcast goes. Like, what?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Eat on air.
Yeah,
Doesn't want to share napkins.
yeah, we can. Dude, you say eat on air. We had tacos one
I
time.
know. Well, that was a review.
That was a review.
We're gonna review these.
Yeah,
fucking
we're
shit.
gonna
Shout out
review.
to for tacos.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
for
review
tacos,
the
but I
tacos.
still have yet to go.
Dude, I feel so bad. I
Yeah.
need to go get those tacos.
No, I was
No,
telling
no,
Jamie,
no.
I was like, they were fucking good ass tacos. Like, we should
Yeah, they were.
definitely go. Like,
Dude, one day we go play golf
Thank you.
and then
yeah,
we go
drive
get some
down,
tacos right after.
Yeah, that
Like
sounds
we'll go play at Lone Star and then we'll drive down Montana and then go get the tacos. But anyways,
I was like, I have all the napkins in the world.
what donut did you get?
I got, I guess, a glazed one.
What
The other
is
ones looked more glazed.
All right, glazed.
Yeah.
All right, so the glazed donut is going to be under review. We are eating Dunkin'. What's your go-to coffee spot? Because I know these journalists love coffee. What's your go-to coffee spot?
Honestly, wherever you're able just to find coffee, we need it.
Really?
Wherever you're able to find it. Obviously, Dunkin', iced coffee, caramel. Yes. But whatever we're able to find.
Yeah.
If it's a gas station coffee, no discrimination.
Yeah, gas station coffee's still
Yeah,
pretty
it's
fire.
good.
Dude, it's so underrated.
Dude,
Yeah.
like
So
Circle K-
underrated.
Circle K's coffee is fucking delicious.
Dude, McDonald's is my favorite coffee.
I mean, yeah.
oh, Speedy's.
Oh, yeah.
Speedy's.
What's it
Shout out to Speedy.
Speedway, right?
Speedway, yeah.
Okay.
Speedway.
I like Speedy's better.
Yeah, Speedy's has good
Well,
menu,
shout out
though.
to Amber for these fucking donuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
round
thanks,
of
real.
babe.
applause for Amber.
Yeah, yeah.
For reals.
Yeah.
Hit the button, Anthony.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Amber bringing the house down.
Yeah, just leave it.
All right.
Oh,
It's
thought
because
it-
I feel bad because I can't see you. I
Oh.
just see like this
Oh,
big
no, it's
light.
okay.
She's
You
like,
can unscrew it. It'll come off. It's up to you.
no, it's for whatever.
Okay.
All right. So I was gonna ask you like, how frustrating is it? You get to a spot and you're gonna report the news, and you obviously want to be fair to both sides or whatever it is, and then you have like these hecklers that are just like yelling out like, "Oh, fake news," and they don't even know what like kind of story you're gonna be doing,
Yeah.
and they're like right away they're already like confronting you, or they're like really just trying to get under your skin. Like, what is that feeling like?
It feels scary. It's scary in the sense that you just don't know what certain people can be capable of.
Mhm.
You see in the news certain things that people sometimes, like they don't react well, or they are just
Crazy.
yeah, thank you. But yeah, and it's scary because you're basically putting yourself on the line to bring this story to viewers that obviously are not out there. Or your community simply. And and it's funny you say that because when we had the presidential visit after the August 3rd shooting, at the time former President Trump, Donald Trump, came to the Coliseum, and I had the opportunity to cover that. And it was so awesome. It was such an experience, regardless of your political view. It's just an experience to see the president at the time, to see him. So it's amazing.
Yeah, that's so fucking
Yeah, so it's a big whole production, and it's too much, I guess, to explain. But basically, it was a group of just like 10 of us in the Coliseum, 5 outside the Coliseum, and then 5 inside and yeah, he comes out, you hear the music, and it's just crazy. And you see, I mean, pre-COVID, obviously, you see all the people and stuff, and it's amazing. It's awesome. The feeling is awesome. And then through his speech, I don't even remember what he was saying, because I remember I was operating the camera, and actually my role on that moment was for me to get the audience's reactions. And while there was another camera crew with us, that there was the reporter and the camera person, the photog, and for me, I remember that I didn't even remember. You just don't remember what he's saying because you're focused on your job, and you're focused on like, oh, this person is cheering, this person is crying, and you see, you just have to. That's your job. You have to capture everything. So I'm looking and then doing this, and then suddenly, just out of nowhere, suddenly all you hear is boo, boo, and I'm just like, wait, what's going on? So I'm looking around me, and I was like a few feet away from the actual platform where the reporters and everybody was. But you could tell they were saying boo to them. And I'm over here kind of in between the audience, in between people. And then they're saying boo to me. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. But obviously, right in the moment, it hits you. And then suddenly, I don't know if you guys saw that video.
The guy that ran on stage.
Yes.
Right? Oh, the guy that ran on stage.
Yes. Exactly that. I saw that, and it's just scary. Like, it's really scary, and you just feel like you're being like I don't want to use the word attacked, but it gets bullied. And it's like, well, how am I getting bullied for doing my job? I'm basically reporting what you're here for, which is you're booing me. Like, I don't understand.
And that's interesting how you were describing how it's a big feeling to see the president of the United States, like a great moment in your career turns into you're almost on a firing line. Like it gets turned on you to be just because you're associated with the press. And it's that's his, or that was the campaign that he had against the media. Oh, well, they're not fair. Yet you're there to kind of give him an outlet and showcase him. And then it was like kind of turned on you. Well, which is kind of like
I don't want to put words into your mouth, but I've been trying to convince, on this show, I've tried to convince people a few times, how much pride and work actually goes into journalism. When you're really committed to any kind of project and you're a prideful person, I remember the times that I would write in the newspaper, the school newspaper, and I would just dude, I was writing about how the Tejanos lost by 20 runs and shit. And I was but I was so proud of what I wrote.
Because your name's on it.
Exactly.
And you just feel proud.
So you want to be fair to whatever it is that you're reporting on. And so I see how journalists, they get upset where it's dude, I'm here trying to do my job, trying to do the best thing because I know my name is on it. And then just to have the other side, I want you to kind of explain the amount of passion and pride and effort and the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into your work.
No, and you basically explained it exactly that way. I mean, your time and effort is already put into it. So obviously, like after that, it's your name on the line, and you're just trying to do the right thing, the right way, the best way you can in a limited amount of time. Literally, it's a limited amount of time. Exactly what I just said right now. Our meeting, it's from 1:30 to about 2, and then you have a 5 o'clock. So basically, in 3 hours, you have to figure out your contact information, your interviews, your video. You just have to, it's a crunch time, and it's so fast, and you just have to basically do it really, really fast and the best way you can, sharing the right information. So yeah, it is a proud moment, and then that's what it's supposed to be. You're being so creative with your story, and for people to see, not only the viewers on TV but also the website, that it's hard. It's hard work. You stress a lot. The adrenaline is there. But at the end of the day, that rewarding feeling of getting that information out to people that need it, depending if you're helping maybe for a donation or just something else, it's that rewarding, that feeling of reward of just helping people. And then you hear like comments from your colleagues, or I work alongside a reporter. Her name's Stephanie Shields. We work a lot together, and it's like that moment that we're just like, heck yeah, like we got it, or oh, you did great, like that was good, or vice versa. It's just that moment of teamwork that makes it really, really, really exciting, and makes those stressful and adrenaline moments worth it. It really is.
There's that camaraderie you guys have that only they understand. And
yes. And like I said, for her, I mean, I worked 2 different shifts. One was the overnight shift, which was 3 to 12, which I can talk about that a little bit later. But for example, we literally are teammates. It's a team of 2, and we just work together a lot, and you just have that understanding, and we have that comfortable level where I know what she's thinking, and I know what she's kind of saying, and vice versa. And for example, if I go, let's say a protest, she already kind of knows how I'm gonna go get video, so she doesn't even have to worry about me, and I don't have to worry about her. She's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and then we come together to make this beautiful thing on air.
I got a question. So you were talking about your partner that you work with, or your colleagues overall. I noticed your shirt, and I've seen the shirts going around. Do you want to talk about your shirt?
Yeah, Mija, yes, you can. So this shirt is from our local organization with Iris Lopez. And yeah, I just, obviously we can talk a little bit more what that organization stands for, but basically it's just empowering women. Not only empowering women, but also for, I guess, men to also, fall on this, because I'm sure I've heard someone's a dad. I don't know if it's a son or a daughter, but I mean, same thing. If it's a son, you teach your son to be, like that women can do anything men can do. And same for daughters. You want to teach them that anything they put their mind to, they can do. I mean, my, I guess, title, photojournalist, it can be both female and male, but you can kind of tell it's right away a male's thing, right? Well, believe it or not, it still kind of is. I'll be out there, let's say on breaking news, and it's all males, and then it's one girl. And for me, this is important for me, not only to support someone local, but it's important for me because, you see all men taller to add to that, and then you see me, kind of short, and it's like I'm the only girl, but anything they're doing, I can do too.
Yeah. I think that's changed in the sense, not necessarily that that females aren't getting opportunities. I think they're getting the confidence to move on into these traditionally male positions. So I think it's great. I've seen it around on social media and everything, so I was just curious. I saw your shirt and give you an opportunity.
You beat me to the shirt question.
Well, like that's why I was kind of like asking you that question. Whenever you go to a spot, like you being the only photojournalist there that is a woman, like how intimidating can it be knowing that there's other that there's
know that you're doing the same thing that these
and it could go both ways, but it's like those other cameramen from other news organizations, how is the relationship that you have with them?
It's great. It is intimidating, and when I first started my internship, I didn't intern at the specific station that I'm at, but I interned at Channel 7. It was just great, and obviously it was all men, and so my mentor that kind of guided me to Photog, that's like short term, Photog.
I love that term.
I love it
I'm
too.
gonna start using that.
Yeah,
Photog.
do it.
Go Photog real quick. I'll be back.
Yes. So he taught me. I mean, and it is intimidating, and you just see all this. I guess a world of men and a crowd of men, and it's just like whoa. And like I said, another added thing, it's my size. Like I'm just short, and it's I already feel like I'm like, oh, okay, I'm looking up, and they're looking down on me, and then it's just that feeling of, oh my God, like I'm entering like this world, and I know times are changing, but still the feeling is there. Like simply in my station, it's all men photogs, and it's just me. So yeah, it is, but it's a cool feeling. It is a cool feeling to kind of be like, oh, what they're doing, I'm doing too, and it's fun. The you asked about how the relationship is out there, not only with the rest of my coworkers, but the rest of my colleagues out on other stations. I think it's fun. It's a fun thing because they know. For example, if we're in breaking news and we're getting official sound from PD or the fire department, we kind of get crowded so we can get the same interview at the same time. And they all kind of already know, like, oh yeah, little Marlenn, like get in the front. Yeah. But it's fun because it's like I'm little enough where I can be in the front, and I'm not, getting crowded, or I'm not getting overlooked by or another camera's bumping into mine. Like it's just it works, and it's funny because it's just a good work system, I guess. And there's more girls now. Like there's someone else hired on I think she recently got hired at Channel 7. She's a photog as well. She's my size, same thing. And there is another photog that she's a female, K Fox, 2 of them actually. So I just think it's I'm not the first one. I'm not saying I am, but the feeling, I feel like I can relate with the rest of them, that it feels cool.
The Jackie Robinson of photogs.
Well, yeah, but do you think they're gonna be more competitive?
I'm Jackie Robinson, but I'm Jackie Robinson.
Do you think they're gonna be more competitive with you? Like get out.
No,
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think I understand them, and I
She's
understand.
like,
But no, I just think we help each other, and
Dude,
it's the same
I wanted
thing.
to hear like the Anchorman story. Like when they all fight in the
Yeah,
alley.
like,
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Like it's
No
like
touching of the face.
like K Fox, KTSM, and KVIA. They're all like,
friends.
and they're all
We're
like
all
all battling
friends.
it out.
I'm telling you now, they're like
We're
in the middle.
friends.
They're in the middle, and they're like wielding their
Yeah.
weapons, and then it's like the podcasters and the
On the
bloggers.
outside. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, there
get
you go.
away.
Yeah.
No,
See,
it's
we're bridging the
good.
gap here.
Yeah.
I love it. No, this is good. This is good. No, it's fun. It's a good thing.
It's like we don't even report on
I know.
any
I know.
kind of news.
We
Like-
just go strictly on opinion.
And and the news is like a week late because
How
that's
is
when we
it?
post.
Hey, news is news. You're helping people.
Yeah.
The
Don't
world
you
could
worry.
end and we can have a podcast about the next week.
Yeah.
about
This
how it
is
ended.
more like documentary. It's like just a recap of
Yeah,
Yeah.
how
what
we
happened
went.
in history.
Yeah.
How intimidating is it in here? Like you're in we're all males, and
Yeah.
you're like dead center in a bar.
Well, yeah. As soon as I walked in, I'm like, ooh, and then they're like, "This is where you sit," and I'm like, "Oh, right in the middle."
Yeah,
Okay.
under the light.
Yeah.
All right.
Spotlight.
It's your safety.
Here-
Look
all
at-
right,
that's why
so
we have
here's
plexiglass.
the meter 1 through 10 comfort zone right now. Like, where are you comfortable? Like,
I'm a 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
See,
The donut did it.
yeah,
Was
I
it
know.
10 until you-
definitely.
I haven't taken a bite yet
Well,
because I don't want to
hurry
talk.
up.
It was
I
10
don't want
Let's
to
go,
talk.
let's go, hurry
I
up.
don't want to talk and be like,
She's waiting for a
spitting.
cup of milk.
I know, hot
I need
chocolate.
To, oh, so
That's
get it straight.
Yeah, Amber, hot chocolate.
It's like, Amber!
that. No, I'm good.
Like,
You know what's funny?
Anthony's already messaging her. We need hot
No,
chocolate,
no,
coffee,
no, no.
Whipped cream.
I get the page button right here. I'm
warm
like,
milk.
It's like the Batman signal is just going off in the house. She's like, all right.
Have you ever seen The Crown? Like the queen has a little button underneath.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, no.
Pushes
Well, that's how it is in the Young Pope, too.
What is it for? Like tea and
it,
shit? Or what?
it just like take them away
Yeah,
or to
yeah.
bring stuff or whatever.
Like, someone
The floor
interrupts
opens
so,
up.
like, this person can leave.
Drop
the
it to
Mr.
spikes.
Burns button. Like
Yeah.
That's dope. I need one of those buttons. Just-
It's just like,
now,
And-
as your kid gets older, then you could start telling your kid like, "Hey, go get me something from
Oh,
the fridge."
yeah.
And-
yeah, that's the best part.
That's
But
so
then they
much
get
fun.
too old and they're like, "Screw you, go."
Yeah,
Go get it
you go
yourself.
get it. Be like, fuck.
there's that little window.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
There's a window.
or
Yeah.
like you tell them to go get you a Coke and they get you a beer and then you're like, "Oh, even better."
That's why I love you.
Well, speaking
You
of
know, I didn't want a Coke.
speaking of kids, we were talking a little bit earlier about how you kind of do stuff when you're a kid you don't realize like it kind of sets you up for the future.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to
talk a little bit about,
Dude, Anthony's the
That
best
was
at little
good.
segues. Like, Anthony will
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna press my button. I gotta go.
Anthony will completely do a U-turn on the highway.
I gotta
like-
produce. I gotta produce
Yeah,
the
I
he
know
show.
does.
we'll be,
Come
on.
we'll be talking
I
about
know.
We keep these
ducks.
guys on.
Full circle. Full
Yeah.
guys on
circle.
track.
My mind's like blown still. Like I don't know how we
Yeah.
got there.
He's
Good job, Anthony.
The ringling master.
All right.
What is it?
He like
the
bring-
lion tamer.
Like he does a nice little
I was
segue
I know, I
into
was
another,
still
and then
weird.
we just say we veer off the road. We're
That was
like,
good, Anthony. Maybe next time.
Yeah. Props to you, man.
Try, asshole.
Hey, You
Nice
got it.
try.
You got it next week.
Yeah, that was good. No, but please, if you can elaborate.
What was the question? Just kidding. No.
Damn.
No.
Comfort level 10.
Yeah.
Is there 11?
Yeah,
Oh.
you just hit 11.
Yeah, it's just ignoring Anthony.
Yeah.
No, Anthony. So basically, yeah. So we were talking earlier about how when we're little, we kind of do certain things that I guess we don't notice at the time. And once you're older and you're doing what you're doing, for example, me, I'm doing this, photojournalism. It kind of, if you really think about it, you're kind of like, wow, like I was, doing certain things when I was little, it took you to where you're at now. So for example, me, I remember, it's so weird. Like, I don't even remember the exact words, but I remember coming home from school, getting on my big, what is it? The computer, the look of it, it's so big. And I'm just getting on it and I start editing these random just photos. And I'm putting them together, editing them as videos and stuff. They weren't even my videos. They're the ones the computer already came with. and so I'm just like, yo, all right, cool, and this and that, and okay, I'm adding effects, and it's just weird. And then from there, I remember I even took like a trip to Disneyland with my family, and I'm over here taking photos of the ocean when we went to Huntington Beach. And you just start, frame, like you're picturing everything. I'm framing the ocean, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's like you think about it and I'm like, well, I'm editing now and I'm using effects, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And same thing with when you're taking pictures. I mean, even though it's video recording, it's you're essentially kind of taking pictures,
You're looking at everything through a lens. And so I'm just like,
wow, like it's really weird, and it's really interesting how it's those life little moments that you're kind of like, oh wow,
like you were destined to do something without even knowing.
Exactly.
What was yours, Pat? Golf? Like from the beginning, you just had a stick and you were hitting rocks, like trying to.
Since I was 2,
I bet you I could hit that door with.
Yeah.
My grandpa says like I would hit the golf ball from one side of from the yard to the other, and I would hit it just back and forth over and over and over.
Damn.
And then.
I wish my kids were that like entertained by like just be in the backyard for hours hitting a golf ball back and forth.
Yeah, like my grandpa tells a story. Like they gave me a football. I didn't want anything to do with it. A basketball. They gave me like all, and then his brother gave me a golf club, and I was swinging that thing.
Yeah.
What was yours, Peter?
I thought mine was radio for a long time, just because I like narrated everything, and then I still do it. Like I'll be driving in the car and I'll be like, and here comes the right car, he's coming.
You see?
I'll just say stupid stuff.
Well, like,
but then I like the Ladies Man. Like when I saw the Ladies Man, I was like,
Oh, what a great fucking movie.
And then growing up, we saw Frasier all the time.
Yeah.
I was like an 8-year-old boy watching Frasier. Like I was entertained with it. I was like, man, radio life. And then I got into radio and I was like,
well, like I remember that.
But still, you were right there.
Yeah.
I remember being a little kid, and then we would watch like TRL or whatever, right? And then they would have like the countdown 10 through 1,
10.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would go into the room, we had that 6-disc CD changer.
Ooh.
And then I would put like different CDs, AFI, Bad Religion, and then fucking like Mariah Carey,
Tupac, whatever. My brother had those. And then, my older brother had the subscriptions. You like get like 12 CDs for one or something.
My God,
do you remember?
But like I remember like doing my own countdown, my own TRL version, and I'll be like, at number 10 we have Tupac, and then like right after at number 9 Mariah Carey comes in with and then I would do that shit.
Like Tupac with changes, and then Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas.
Still a banger.
And in July.
Yeah.
Anthony.
I've always been like fascinated with taking stuff apart and putting it back together. So that's exactly what I do now. Like I literally fix stuff. So
Anthony was just like, I want to go fast.
For real.
Yeah, I just think it's important. Like, I don't have kids yet, but I mean, one day if I do, I just think it's important to, keep track of what they're doing, and just keep an eye on what they like, because something as being 2 years old, picking up the golf ball. I'm like, you notice things and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like maybe that's what they like.
And then you can't force them into it.
Yeah,
like, it's something that's just, and we had a talk a couple of episodes back about like when Pat had his baby
Mm-hmm.
and how you want to raise, and then Anthony has his son, and then I have 2 boys. So it's like, how do we want to raise our kids? And I know I've tried to like push my kids into sports, and then
They don't know.
well, my youngest, yes, my oldest, since he was like 6, he was always talking about going to college, right?
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna go to New York for college, and I'm like,
one
no,
day
I didn't
maybe.
even want to go to college when I was in college. So
Yeah,
he
maybe one.
yeah, and he
New
got
York?
into the early college
He did, yeah.
recently.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so he's all like,
He's all about
it's kind of
it.
funny, yeah, to see him actually fulfilling what he
That's
said.
so dope. I always like love those people like in school, like
Yeah.
the kids that were
But he
just
can't
like
throw.
so smart.
Yeah.
I don't,
He can't
dude,
throw a
Well,
baseball to save his life.
Dude, I see Jacob like the movie Mr. Peabody where they like go fetch and then he's like, but why? It makes no sense, but why? He's like, this dog's broken.
yeah. It's good. It's
I
good
think
to
you
do
should
too,
always
right?
keep like that mentality though. Like as a kid, like
Ask why.
no, I mean not
Oh.
ask why, but like no, but like
to encourage them.
No, like to
Because I tell you, it
continue your
doesn't work in
dreams.
marriage. Like,
Like how like
hey, go do
you've
laundry.
always
But
found
why?
Do what you like to
I've
do.
only worn
exactly.
this shirt 3
Like to
times.
encourage them to, if they like something, to do it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think that's what kids sometimes need, just to like encourage them
Yeah,
and,
just
and
encouragement.
keep be their teammate and their supporter, because it's better to support them in something that they like. Maybe it's something out of this world, but you never
Was there
know.
something you wanted to do outside of like photojournalism that like was kind of, I don't want to say out of reach because
Yeah.
that sounds bad, but
No,
like I wanted to be
yeah.
an astronaut originally. I was like,
Well, you
I
could've been.
wanna-
Oh, that was out of reach.
yeah, it was out of reach.
That
for me.
was definitely out of reach.
Well, when I was little, I remember I used to draw a lot. I used to draw and do and paint and this and that. And I guess, in high school, they kind of force you to choose something. So I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay, I want to be an art teacher. Sure. And I went to PCC for that, to be an art teacher or whatever,
wow.
take some art classes. Yeah, the creative thing was there, but I mean, there's other people that draw way better. There's other people that do more abstract like jobs that it's just great. And me, I just didn't feel fulfilled. It was fun. It was a good hobby. It was a good pastime.
You just
but
didn't feel like you were at that level.
yeah, and like I said, high school, they kind of just force you to choose something. So I'm like, okay, cool, let me do this. But then so I wanted to be an art teacher, but then I took other classes and I saw my sister's 5 years older than me, and I saw she already kind of knew what she wanted to do. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh cool, well, I don't want to do what she does, which it's the same thing. For she's a reporter, she's in front of the camera, I'm behind. So I'm like, oh cool, but I don't want to do that. And then that's when she started explaining to me, oh well, you can be behind the scenes, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, sure, let me give it a try. And I liked it. But I mean, if you really were to ask me, I guess, what's my dream job, it's still basically kind of the same, but it's more on like the, I guess, creative side, like more like music videos and doing this and doing that. Like I've always liked that. I liked
There you go, Anthony.
grabbing.
We're hiring.
Yeah, you're
We're
hiring.
hiring.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
You could start doing our concert series.
Have
for
you
us.
seen our music videos?
Yeah, no, they're legit. I complimented you guys. They're awesome.
Thank you.
Oh.
They no.
Anthony, thank you.
No, they're cool.
Anthony's over
Don't
here
look
like.
at me. Just look
Yeah,
at Anthony.
Anthony's like, we need a
Straight up.
cameraman because Abel and his fucking camera phone.
I flip phone.
Hey, whoa.
No, I still have mine just for memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but yeah,
Can I borrow
that's
it?
I need a phone.
CIA?
She's got a burner
Burner
phone
phone.
still, yeah. Just in case.
Yeah, but I just like the vibe. I just like I would have liked to, I guess, do that, and I don't know, like taking an idea, and I just like listening to a song in the car and starting to think like of these like
How you
like
would.
storytelling,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, that's a vibe, okay,
Dude.
cool, and then this and that and blah blah blah, and then you just start imagining like how the song can go and stuff like that, or just some just cool stuff. But I mean, I don't know.
So
I mean,
what's
I like what I
dude,
do.
I got it. She could produce Josh Galindo's next music video.
Oh, there you go.
No, that's too much
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah. Do you know Josh?
Yeah, I saw, or I heard your last episode.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
No,
Yeah.
dude.
Shout out to Josh.
Yeah, Josh was
Yeah,
a
he
cool
was
guy.
cool.
Very
Yeah,
cool
it was-
guy. And
It was a vibey song. I like.
yeah,
I
dude.
downloaded it as soon as I.
Oh,
got in the
did you?
car. Yeah, I was like, this is lit.
Did you hear his song?
No.
I like
I
put her on the
didn't. I'm
spot. She's
sorry,
like,
Josh.
yeah, I did.
Was it on
No,
the
I'm
podcast?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
you able
it was
put
a
clip.
background.
Yeah, you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you put it on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's got a good voice. He's got a good voice.
One thing that I've done, like, since I've started doing, like, the music stuff, it's like crazy how you pay attention to camera angles and stuff. Like, you never really pay attention to that when you're watching something, even a movie. But, like, when you're actually editing stuff, you actually see, oh, I like how they clipped into this or how they faded into that. And it's just like, you're not even watching what's happening. You're more like the production part of it.
Honestly, yes, because if you're watching even a movie, you're kind of like, oh my God, like, that's so cool how they did that.
Yeah.
Or you're like, oh my God, like that music video was cool how they do it. Like you just start, it messes you up. Like once you're in this, like if you do something similar, like Anthony or like the photogging, whatever, anything, even like doing photo stills, it's like you start thinking about all these things and it's just like, my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just watch this movie in peace? You're just always
it ruins it kind of.
Tell Anthony he's too hard on himself because when he was editing the first, was it Riser? Where you're like, dude, I am going crazy. And I'm like, relax, bro. I've been on the other side, like editing video and editing like photos. And you get into that world and you're just like,
perfection.
You're like picking everything. You're like, dude, the lighting here, this and
it's
that.
so tedious.
And then I was trying to convince Anthony, like, dude, like, it looks good, man. Like, somebody that's not working on it, like, if Pat sees the video or Peter sees the video, they're like, whoa, this looks amazing. But then, like, Anthony, since he's constantly working on it, he's
just want to make it perfect.
Yeah, he's going to be able to see all the flaws of that video, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. You just see every little thing and you're just like, you always want to make it better. And let's say, okay, tomorrow, it's already done. It's ready to send out, let's say. And then tomorrow, I'm like, I'm just going to give it a little last luck.
And then you see something new.
Else. And you're like,
that's why I always hated editing. Like,
that's me.
I haven't edited anything since college. But I used to do it a lot. And then when Abel and I started doing stuff, at the radio station, I had to do audio editing, but it was like, that was easy. And just throw it together. Some people did, even with audio, it was the same thing. I can imagine video. But I hate editing.
Well, like, I remember doing the football, and I would get so mad with Peter. Well, not with Peter, but with the guys that we would submit the photos to so they could put up on the website. So, like, I work, like, very hard on my photos. I take a lot of pride in it. And then
they put the crap.
They will crop it. They will crop it, or they'll like they do something to my photo. Like you see, I don't know. Like you see yourself as like, hey, this is what I captured. Please leave it like that. You know, it's like common knowledge. Like don't touch it.
Yeah.
And then they would do something to it, and I'll tell Peter like, what the heck is going on here? And Peter's like, like whatever. But he doesn't realize like the amount of work.
Realize,
and
but
I'm
it's like, what are you gonna do,
dude? And it's so like demoralizing. Like. You put like
I'm sure you've submitted photos or videos to your higher ups, and then they go with something else or something that you didn't put as much work in. What are you gonna do about it? Like, yes, it pisses you off and all, but it's like you just gotta move forward because then you're gonna just sit in that
and you can't
pissed off mood, and it's gonna ruin your
it.
day. So. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too easygoing sometimes. But I know.
And sometimes you need that mentality. Like I remember when I first started, you just want to. Obviously, you want to finish the day with the best that you've done. But sometimes you just can't dwell on it. You just have to. If something happens and it aired that way, or maybe the shot was wrong, or you were shaking it, you just like. Yeah, you want to put the best, but deadline. You have a deadline, and you just. Yeah, you can't dwell on it. You just have to basically go to sleep and wake up the next day like if nothing happened.
I was going to ask you, have you ever experienced someone stealing your work? Not so much video, but maybe even like still photos?
No. Well, I don't really take still photos. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, no, but no.
Or just an idea. Like you have this idea and then like someone kind of ripped it because they overheard what you were going to do with this particular project. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna take it.
As far as when it comes to ideas and talking about them, I'm just very careful because I don't know if there's something that I want to do and I want to pursue and I want to try to do, I wouldn't want to say it, and even if it's just like, hey Pat, like what do you think about this idea, and you're like, oh yeah, whatever, but maybe Anthony heard me and then he's like, oh, let me do it,
That's
like
it's
like sham wow, what's that?
You just I don't know, it's not about just being
remember sham wow?
Yes, we all remember Shaq.
Okay, I'm like that. Yeah, you just don't. It's not that you're just being jealous. You just don't want. I don't know. You just want to work on it, and not necessarily stealing an idea, but you just want to work on it. Yeah, but no, you bounce off of ideas. Like I mean, honestly, you look at your competition and see what they're doing and how they're doing it. And you just, if you like something that they do, you just try to not necessarily copy them, but recreate it.
Yeah, tweak it.
That's how it's a healthy competition, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's just, if they do something, you want to do the same thing and maybe make it a little
step.
bit better. And, it's just a healthy competition.
Is there anybody out there that you actually look to first, like, hey, I kind of want to, like, follow their lead? Not so much here in the local media, but, like, maybe somebody in...
Michael Strahan.
Steven Spielberg.
I'm thinking. Well, first, once you ask the question, first locally, I have two chiefs, which they are my bosses. They overlook what the rest of the photogs do.
I was like thinking,
yeah.
Not that kind of chief.
No, not that kind of chief. And both of them are super great. They've even said it, or you can hear in the station. One of them is better at something and the other one is better at something, and they're both great at what they do. One of them is good at lighting. When a reporter is out live, you're lighting them, and you make them look good. They already look beautiful, but you want to make them look presentable with the lights and stuff. So he's great at it. Oh my gosh, if I need advice from someone with lighting, it'd be him. But when it comes to the storytelling, like the editing, making it creative and dope, it'd be him. Really? So his name's Ruben, the one from lighting, and then Johnny, oh my gosh, he's amazing. And yeah, like if I need advice or I need a creative outlook or anything like that, I'll ask them, both of them. And that's what I'm saying, like locally it'd be them too. Not because they're my bosses, they're just badass. Yeah. But no, yeah, they're great.
What's the next step for you? Because I know your sister is working out of town. She's in a bigger city. What's the next step for you? Is El Paso where you want to be, or do you see yourself working on bigger projects?
I used to see myself work in bigger projects, but not that I stopped. It's just I know my personality and I know how I am. I just know I wouldn't be able to, I guess survive without my parents. It's just me and my sister, and my sister's out of town, so I'm here. And I don't know, I'm really, not that my sister's not, but I'm really family oriented, and I have my husband, he has his family here too. So I don't know, I at the beginning I used to, and that's always a thing, I think, a common theme, to get hired and then keep moving up, and maybe one day go to work for the national stations. But I don't know, now that I've been with KTSM for 2.5 years, and have my husband and my family and my parents, it just makes you think differently about life. And, I want to grow with my parents, and I want to, be with them, and same with his family, my husband's. And I don't know, I just think I want to stay for, like, right now the thought process is to stay and yeah, just continue my career here locally. Yeah.
How awesome is your sister? Like,
she's badass.
Like, for real. No, because, like, I know your sister. I went to school with her. And yeah, like, how talented is she and what she's doing over there in San Antonio?
She's great. So as I mentioned, she's a reporter, but so I guess to kind of explain, there's a photographer, photojournalist, and a reporter. You mesh both of them together, and it's called MMJ, a multimedia journalist, which basically the MMJ means that that person is both the reporter and the photog. So in certain stations around the country, you have MMJs that just do MMJ stuff, or you have the photog and the reporter. Here and locally, you see both a lot. Over there, not that you don't see both a lot, but for the majority of the time, she's an MMJ, and she does everything herself. And she shoots her own video, she gets her own interviews, she does everything by herself, including going live. Like, it's tough, it's hard, because she's not only thinking just as a reporter, because right now I mentioned, my reporter thinks for reporter stuff and I think photog stuff. Okay, cool, the work is split in half. But for her, it's she has to think,
she's got to have the
for
interview
2 people
questions and make sure she's live.
Yes, and it's tough, and it's tough for a lot of MMJs, but I mean, it's doable, of course. But yeah, she's great. Everyone that does MMJ work is great. Anyone that's at the top level, it's great. So yeah, it's tough, but she does great.
No, that's fine.
I got a not so professional question, in the sense, like, do you ever keep a file of all the bloopers And then down the line, you're gonna release it like later on.
Well, not me, not me. I think a lot of reporters would keep their bloopers because they're funny. To be honest with you, once you're out there, it's funny and it may be frustrating actually when you're out there. But once you look back, it's like, oh, haha, that's funny. But no, at least for me, I mean, I don't keep the reporters' bloopers because you never know. Like, what if I accidentally, I don't know, share it on Facebook or I don't know what the heck. But I mean, if I don't want to do that to their career,
your blackmail file.
I know that's true.
Just
watch
in
out,
case.
people. Yeah, but no, yeah, I think a lot of people do post them because they're funny and it's relatable and it's true. Like they go through a lot of stuff that it's just hard sometimes to remember everything that you have to say on camera.
Yeah.
What's like the most memorable experience that you've had, like being out there in the field?
Thanks for taking my question.
It's a good one.
It's a good question.
For sure. The presidential visit. That one was a good one.
Yeah.
It was great. Another one, I mean, I don't mean to bring down the mood, but August 3rd was tough. It was really, really tough for a lot of people. I mean, obviously for the whole city, it was tough, but as a journalist, you're right there in the front line, you know, like, and you're capturing the moment, you're capturing the tears, you're capturing a lot of stuff, and it's tough. And I think your job now is not only to document it, but it's also to help others heal from it. Yeah. So that one's really memorable, and I think it's memorable for a lot of people.
And that goes back to what you were saying, how your comfort for people, because you're providing that information, but you're doing it in a mood like you're giving information out there, and you're trying to
and you're being respectful.
Yeah,
like
just try to give everyone the insight of what's going on, but providing a story, but in I guess the most sincere way.
Yeah.
In a lightened sense.
Yeah.
Do you ever like feel like you're still early in your career, but
very early.
But it's crazy because I look back. You got hired in December of 2018.
Yes.
And you've already covered a presidential visit, a world pandemic,
oh gosh,
and like one of El Paso's greatest tragedies.
Yeah.
Like 3 major things just like happened, and you're only like a couple of years into your career.
It is crazy. I remember, I think after the August 3rd shooting, we had like a team meeting talking, you know, like about our jobs and stuff. And I don't know. I don't even remember what list they were saying that in the last 2 years, like immigration stuff and then the presidential or the August 3rd shooting. And they started naming all these things. And I'm just like, oh my God, I've covered so many things. And I'm not trying to be like, oh my gosh, I'm all high and mighty. I've covered all these things. No, but it's crazy. It is crazy that in just 2 years, I have experienced along with other people crazy stuff. Yeah, it is cool, but also it's kind of like, whoa. Yeah.
Do you think that the world's changing? Do you think the news is really like there's so much more news now, or it's just a lot more coverage?
I mean, social media obviously amplifies the whole thing. So yes, there's, I guess, more coverage, but I just think we're all getting older, and just how we saw our parents and our grandparents tuning in the morning show and watching, I just think we're all getting older, and we're all, you know, realizing that it's important to know what's happening in your city. It's important to know what's happening in the world. So I think news was always there, and obviously the social media amplifies everything, but it's just us I think it's all as a person being more aware of what's happening. So I just think it feels like, oh, news maybe has boomed in the last 5 years. But no, I just think it's all of us maybe growing and opening our eyes more.
Well, we should give the hard-hitting questions.
All right, what are they?
I was going to say, if you were given the opportunity to go to Mars.
To cover it? Heck yeah.
But you can't
come back. You have a husband and everything, a family.
But you're going to Mars.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I think you just have to.
Right?
You just have
That's
to.
what I said.
Oh, yeah. That's what I said.
Because it's legacy, right?
Yeah. And if I die, well, then I died a cool way.
She's like, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I'm the Jackie Robinson.
She would be the Jackie Robinson.
So then she's like, I would
mean,
be the Jackie Robinson 2 times in a row.
I mean, if they ask you to go play golf at Mars, would you say yes?
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
I had a question I
2000
or I saw the other day. It was like, would you rather play Augusta National by yourself or play a round of golf with Tiger Woods at your local uni.
Oh, but you can't tell anyone.
No, like you can tell.
Oh, I'd play with Tiger Woods.
Like imagine playing Tiger Woods.
But I'd drive there.
at a Sky.
You don't want him to drive to
Dude,
you?
I wonder what he would score, like on the Delta 9.
900, probably 10 under. But no, that was like, damn, that's fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, that is.
Like, I don't know if I would want to play Augusta by myself. Like, that'd be awesome. But like by myself, that would suck.
Nah, I'd play with Tiger Woods.
Yeah, and then like at a Sky I can always just walk and be like, yeah, I played golf with Tiger Woods.
Make a plaque and everything.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, so you're obviously a hometown girl.
Mm-hmm.
You've been here all your life.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go for like the best tacos in town?
Ooh.
So
You
You can't say your mom
yeah,
or like
what
family.
what part are
No.
you from?
I'm northeast.
You're northeast. Okay, cool.
I do.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were looking at me like now that I'm northeast. I'm like,
Well, I'm teaching in the northeast, so like
I live in the northeast now.
they adopted me.
Oh, yeah. We'll take you guys in.
Yeah.
I would say Toro Bronco, right there on Dyer.
Oh.
I actually went there yesterday.
Oh.
I've always seen that place. I've never knew.
No.
what
It's
that
pretty
place
good.
is.
Go. I mean, there's different Toro Broncos around like
Yeah.
the city,
Oh, really?
but
I've only seen that one place.
no, that one's so good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Man. Okay, what kind of tacos?
Well, from them.
No. But
A
like,
pastor or
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, like-
pastor.
okay.
Yeah, and they're.
I already told you. Fool.
Her northeast came out.
Oh, sorry, let me tone it down. Let me tone it down.
Donut at you. Maybe this will lighten you up.
Sorry, let me tone it down. Yeah, no. They're,
I
they're
told
out-
you.
well, like, what kind of tacos? From them. Did you not hear me? Are you not paying attention?
Sorry.
It's like she was like so professional the first half of this interview, and then
No,
now
but
she's
he
like,
said he said northeast.
yeah,
She
she's
started
like,
putting on her
she's already
rings
wiping her eyes and everything. She's like, oh, let me tell you.
I want them alone from there too, so I'm good.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Recommend.
I've always seen that place. Like I'm always like, what the fuck is that place? Like I thought it like
No,
a burger
go.
place or something. I was like, all right.
oh, you're thinking Toro Burger.
I think
Is
he's
that what I'm
thinking Toro Burger.
No, no,
yeah.
no. I've seen it on Dyer. Like I know
Okay.
what
Okay.
it is.
All right. So it's good. It's really
It's
good.
good.
Really?
You can't miss it. It's a yellow building with
Yeah, big yellow
with a
building.
Toro in the front.
Oh, with a Toro.
I've seen that.
You never been there?
They had one
No,
on Lee
that's
Trevino
good.
or something.
Yeah, and then
or-
I think they had one in North Loop.
Yeah.
Yep, North Loop.
I've eaten the one on Lee Trevino. I think it was Lee Trevino.
There's one on Piedras actually.
All
Yeah.
right.
There's-
So
pretty
like
good.
you're constantly on the move because your job requires it.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go like to get like some good grub? Not necessarily tacos, but just like your go-to. Like your reporter's like, "Hey, Marlenn, like let's go hit up this spot,"
It's
and then you're
'cause,
like, "Yes."
to be honest with you, we don't have time.
Whoa, you don't eat?
Yeah, like we eat, but in the car, like
No,
while
no,
working.
like drive through or whatever.
Well, yeah, but it's just fast food. I don't have time to like look at a menu. Yeah, like we don't have time. You like I don't have time to look at the menu and be like,
Are you like
taco.
Whataburger number 5 now?
Yeah, basically.
Go.
They like throw it in
Basically.
your window as you're driving by, like,
I know.
It's
I'll,
like
I'll be there in
They
5.
put nuggets in the.
the McChicken.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it's
damn.
it
Shut
and
up.
honestly, it's just easy to just be like food near me, and then obviously fast food comes up, and you're just like, well, McDonald's, Whataburger, Sonic,
What's your
Wendy's.
favorite fast food place?
yeah. Let's hear that.
I honestly think just McDonald's.
Yeah,
I go with the
McDonald's.
chicken nuggets. It's because the chicken nuggets, it's easy to eat them while you're driving.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
I'm driving
Yeah.
to a destination while my reporter is like, editing or writing a script. So I'm driving and I'm like, oh, okay, chicken nugget, dip.
Dunkin'.
Yeah. Well, I
Is
I
there
dropped
any
the
like?
sauce one time and it was all over the.
No,
Dude.
don't.
Is there any teamwork going on between
why
you and
I
your
pour the
reporter
sauce
where you're like
inside.
eating? I mean, you're driving and she's like, here's a nugget, and she's like feeding you.
No.
No?
No.
It's not there
Oh,
yet.
that's not real
I
team.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
COVID, man.
man.
That's
all
COVID.
COVID.
Thank you.
Can't do that no
Yeah.
more.
Fuck.
Dang. I guess that's just in the
I've been
movies.
doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like
no.
driving. I'm like, Jamie, feed me, goddamn.
Need another nugget stat.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, party foul.
Dang.
Wasn't me.
Wow.
Wasn't me.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh yes.
Sound effects.
Anthony
Oh.
coming
It
through.
was a
Yeah.
little late there.
Do you have like sound effects?
No, we don't
No?
use sound effects. Well, I mean,
Just for fun.
I think the news would be so much.
Don't
more
be so
entertaining.
serious.
President Trump's coming. It's like,
I know.
It's like the WWE, like they
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, like the
like
Stone Cold.
Yeah, like walk in.
Breaking glass.
That'd be fun. But
What would be your entry song? Like if you were a WWE wrestler,
like a luchador.
Dang.
what would you come into?
why not just do it like keep it fun? And I'd probably do Dua Lipa's because right now it's the one that I have in my mind,
Dua
like
Lipa.
levitating. Ooh,
Dude.
just keep it fun.
Dude,
I like Dua Lipa.
Do a little
low-key love that
walkthrough,
girl.
kind of like,
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
eh.
Get the party started.
Yeah.
Pat, what would yours be?
Mine? Shit.
He's like Dua Lipa.
yeah, probably Dua Lipa. Damn, that's a good fucking question. Probably like Cashmere by Led Zeppelin or something. That'd be pretty cool.
I always say Pantera. Wow.
Yeah, that's also a good song.
Like respect.
Yeah.
But then it like sometimes I think it'd just be funny to come out to like the dueling banjos, like just depends on my mood that day.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm gonna ask the one question that has made us fought more than
Oh my
anything
God.
in this room.
No, don't bring
Are you ready?
Why are we going back this way?
I think
No,
so.
no, no.
Let me
Okay.
see.
I think I had warned you one time about
Yes,
this
you
question.
did. But let me
So
think
like,
about it.
let me just tell you. Let me run
It's a
through
heated
this.
debate in this.
Abel's obsessed with this.
Nobody
no.
show their real,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess, point. Let me.
Yeah. Let her. Cause
Come to her own
yeah,
conclusion.
Because
dude,
I just
she's-
want, I want to see your reaction
she's
when
a
I say
legit.
something.
She's a legit
Can I
professional.
yell fake news?
Oh, come on.
After the donut.
No, but I just want to. I just want to warn you. Like we've almost had fist fights. Like literally fist fights. Like
No.
we
Maybe I
had to-
should. Maybe I shouldn't
we broke
answer.
the glass.
That's why
We
there's
broke the
glass.
glass.
No.
Yeah.
I shouldn't
This isn't
answer.
COVID. This
Yeah.
is,
You think we're worried about COVID?
this
No.
is
We're
penalty
worried, like,
box. These are penalty boxes, pretty much.
Okay.
We're in the glass.
yeah. Quack. Quack. Okay. We love Mighty Ducks.
All right.
Anyways, you ready?
I think so.
All right. How should I ask
Okay,
the
well,
question?
there's
the
two
question.
different questions, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess there's two.
Okay,
there
so the
could
first question would be J Lo or Selena, right? Like
No,
let's-
well, did J-Lo make Selena or Selena made J-Lo?
And
I-
to like, well, sorry.
No,
Don't.
no,
what I'm
let her
saying
answer
is-
it. Let her answer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Selena made J-Lo. Without Selena, J-Lo wouldn't have had the character that,
Yeah.
That broke
she
her
was-
out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Why? Who disagreed with that?
this guy
Oh.
and Anthony.
No, hell no.
So you
Nah.
you guys raise your hand. Whoever says Selena.
Okay. Well, then this question got refined.
follow-up.
though,
Yeah,
because
So there's
because
so
then
many,
it went
there's
on
so
to
many
like,
Selena questions.
Okay.
would Selena have been as famous as
J Lo
J-Lo
today
today
if she didn't die.
if she didn't pass away?
Well, I don't know if I was even born when she passed away, but from what I guess I've read up on her and heard, and I guess all these documentaries made of her or whatever, I think she was going up there. Like I think she was at her peak. I actually think when she passed away, she was at her peak, and she was gonna keep going and going and going and going, and we'll see when it ends. And I guess it ended
like she wasn't gonna
way-
plateau.
Yeah, I
She
don't
was gonna
think so. I
keep
think
rising.
from what I've read,
That's
I
what I
just
said.
think she
She
was
would have been
going.
bigger than J Lo.
Do you-
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's another question.
She would have been dating.
Do
A-Rod, right?
Selena would have been J-Lo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
She-
think her death contributed to her rise of fame?
Oh yeah, I think so. I just think she was really, really loved. So obviously, when she passed away, it was a shock. And
See, but
Okay, but
that was
that's-
that defined her because she died young. But she had so much potential to be great, which she.
Yeah.
well, I think people still were wanting more from her and like craved her in like the way that they just wanted to see her keep going. So I just think when she passed away, it was a shock. I just think it's like that wound that you just aren't able to see
Because it's
more
the
of
last
her.
big story of their career was
Yeah.
their death. So
Uh-huh.
that's the only thing you have. Like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Like you could just
No,
say
it-
Kurt Cobain's death made him big. But no, he was big before.
Already, yeah.
But
It's because
that-
like my argument. I just want to put it out there that I still love Selena. Like I listen to her music.
I don't think he does.
Dude, check my Spotify, man. This kid is like,
No, we're
top
playing
five.
golf and he had Selena bumping.
yeah. So, dude, I just want to put that out there. I love Selena. She's
Mhm.
awesome. But like, let's say Dua Lipa was to pass away.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that Dua Lipa would all of a sudden just like
No.
catapult, like she's just gonna explode? Because right now she's a big star, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she still has so much more to go.
But okay, I have a counter to that. Selena was
And
a
Mexican.
Latina.
You
Yeah,
could
it,
even-
it
hold on.
was a category that
you
was
could
like
even
on the
say,
rise itself.
You could even say Dua Lipa's bigger than what Selena was, because Selena was like that Tejano music, so it's just like very like
Yeah.
There's more
it was
Mexican.
in-
A
it was
she was a
specific-
one
pioneer.
region.
She was
Whereas
a
like
pioneer.
Dua
in
Lipa
that.
is like
Look at her, she's like, I don't know
international.
what
you
about.
know.
Yeah, see, this is what happens. I'm telling you, like when we start
I
talking about this, and like we all want to
No,
say
it's all
something.
good.
about
It's all good.
Start throwing
Yeah.
fist fights.
But do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? By like
yes.
with a death of any kind of star, they just all
Mhm.
of a sudden like they rise.
Yeah, I can see that, but
Do
I
you-
don't know. Just Selena, I feel like there's something different about her.
Yeah, she was a pioneer in so many ways.
And they
for-
did say that she was. I mean, she was getting ready to transition to English, so
English.
obviously she was gonna have more of an
She's
audience.
like on Mount Rushmore for sure. Of, like the
Yeah.
Hana music. For
Really?
I think so.
Yeah.
I just don't know if she'd be relevant today. Like Selena would be like making
I
albums.
think
Like
so.
Yeah,
I
dude,
think she would be
I
like
think
an OG.
She'd be like Shakira
like,
almost.
she's
Like
still-
Shakira's
Yeah,
still
I
fucking
think
making
she'd be like
music.
Shakira. You're right.
Like Shakira's still fucking doing that shit.
Or
and
even
she's
like-
fucking like 46.
She would have sang Waka Waka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Waka waka waka.
She would have done the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God,
it's
imagine
kinda
Selena
like-
in
Yeah,
the Super
imagine
Bowl.
Selena doing the
Or it
Super
would
Bowl.
have been Selena,
yeah.
J-Lo, and Shakira.
Oh, damn.
Maybe.
No J-Lo.
Oh.
No, J-Lo
Scratch
would
J-Lo.
remember.
Yeah.
Selena made J-Lo.
Can you
Oh.
do that with your editing skills? Like, you know how they have holograms? You add
Oh, yeah.
Selena
Dude, some
with
bitty
J-Lo
bitty
and
bomb on
Shakira.
that fucking
Oh,
Super
I don't.
Bowl.
I'm not that
That'd be so
advanced.
That would have been awesome, though, right?
That would be cool.
Like,
They
things-
should do that at
And then you
Coachella.
could call it a segment, things that could have been.
Oh.
So, like,
Ooh.
Kurt Cobain and...
Everybody collectively.
yeah.
Do I need to get a hologram here on the
Yeah, I
stage?
know,
Like
right?
Kurt Cobain
Next on
with the
Timo
Foo
stage.
Fighters.
With the Foo Fighters.
Imagine
Right? Like,
Selena's
that would
first.
be a good segment, right? Like, a
Like
good,
Dave Grohl
Yeah.
playing the drums for him one last time. Just
Yeah.
fucking getting it.
Yeah.
That's
Bitty
so
bitty
sick.
bum bum.
like
Even
Dave
that-
Grohl, Kurt Cobain in their own band.
And Taylor Hawking. What?
Yeah, like, see?
Richie Valens and Selena doing a duet.
Or,
Big Kurt Cobain
or,
singing.
The Big Bopper.
or Selena's first performance at the middle
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna start working on that hologram.
Yeah. Anthony, get the hologram.
Hologram, alright.
Order the hologram.
Like that.
I kind of think she'd be more like a Mariah Carey. Like she's still very
No.
famous for like her
Mm.
past stuff, but she hasn't put anything out. You know what I mean?
She can't. She can't.
Well, I mean, but that's what I
Wait,
mean.
she
Like I don't think she'd
That
be like
hurt.
she'd be.
Wait, what? What happened? I missed something.
He's like,
anyways.
he's like, she hasn't put anything out the last 25 years.
Jesus
I mean-
Christ.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. The 90s is so long ago.
Yeah,
That was like 30 years ago, right?
at least.
Damn. Fucking Anthony. What a guy.
Like, for real. Come on, guys. Let's be honest.
She hasn't put anything out. All I want for Christmas. Dude, what a
The
great-
same song for
Yeah,
the last
real.
20 years.
No, I think Selena would be like Shakira, dude. Like that's probably the best way I can describe her.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
Is like, I with her like music was her life, her entire
Yeah.
life. So like I feel like she wouldn't stop music at a certain point. Like, and then she was doing fashion like at the same time. Like
You're right.
she was just gonna get bigger and bigger, dude. Like
Yeah.
I think.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
What are your hobbies over there? Because he said, what are some of the things you like to do?
Yeah, when you're not photogging.
Mm,
Golf?
You play golf?
no, I'm like no.
Are you into athletics?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, I'm not a sporty girl, but yeah, like I can watch them.
I can
I
watch,
can
them.
watch
Oh, yeah.
them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, going out like events and stuff. COVID doesn't mess them up this year, but no, yeah. I walk my dogs. I like to do that. I like to be outdoors. I like to take a walk and and then whenever I have like I guess enough time, like I just draw like in those like pre-printed like pictures that you just fill in like the colors and stuff. I watch a lot of just stupid fake reality TV show.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
It's because you do so much real stuff. You need
Yes.
like a
Yeah,
fantasy.
that's why I was
Yes,
asking that question. Because, like,
exactly.
some people, like, when you're working in that industry, like, people are like, oh, they must have, like, really good lives. And then sometimes, like, their hobbies are just like, dude, I like to sit on the couch and watch Netflix. Like,
Yeah,
for real.
no. Honestly, yeah, and that's exactly what it is. You see hard news all the time. You see sad stuff sometimes, and you just need to like disconnect from that. And I honestly, no shame, keeping up with the Kardashians.
Really?
I just they're interesting to just see what they're doing.
Really?
They are or
They're just
catfish.
so rich and just have so much money. It's
Yeah, and you're just like, huh.
they're like just like, oh, I'm so tired, but they're like chilling on the beach, and you're like,
Yeah.
bitch,
Yeah.
you're on a beach
My
right
life,
now.
Yeah.
my life is so hard.
know.
I'm so stressed.
Yeah.
Give me another.
They're like, oh, I have so many kids, but they're like nannies are
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah,
them.
they're
I'm
nannies
like,
are
bitch,
watching
you're not
them.
doing anything.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
man.
catfish.
Catfish.
Oh, that show is crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's a
Some
depressing
stories,
show.
some stories are questionable though. I'm like,
Mm.
are these actors? But
Yeah.
that's good for entertainment.
Fake news.
Yeah, some of the stories are just like, how did you not know? Like,
Yes.
10 years I've been talking to this. Like,
I
you
know, it's
never
like, and you
once.
How
never
do you
once-
not
yeah.
Like, oh my
FaceTime at least
God.
once?
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, I FaceTimed them once, but it was a black screen.
Yeah.
Well, like,
It was a
what?
picture.
Yeah.
Sounds like my students. Hey, get on your Zoom. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's a black screen.
okay.
All right.
Oh.
I forgot what I was gonna ask now. Jeez.
Black screen.
Black screen.
Mm.
Like
Dude,
black news.
I saw a tweet the other day, and
Yeah.
it said, MTV just puts ridiculousness like on
On
loop.
repeat. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And they
I
just
love
let
that
it play
show.
through.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's true. Anthony always has that show.
Yeah, ridiculousness is always
Always
on.
that show.
Yeah.
Like
That-
they don't show anything else.
That's Anthony's dream job, producing ridiculous.
With Rob
Yeah.
Yoder.
That'd be good.
Eventually, the studio will look like that.
Just a giant screen.
Yeah. Just a giant laptop.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fucking
Instead of
cool.
big black, it could be big at.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Kardashian?
Courtney.
Courtney?
Yeah, you know she's dating Travis Barker?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Travis Barker?
She
Yeah,
was at
dude.
the
I
she
thought
was
she
at
was
the
married.
fight that happened
Yeah, yesterday.
yesterday.
She
She
was
was
at
at the
Oh,
fight.
wow.
Jamie
What
told
fight?
me and I didn't believe her, and like I
The,
was
thought
watching
she was
the
the
married.
UFC fight?
Wasn't she
Yeah,
married?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
she was
really?
there.
Yeah,
she
she
was
was-
fighting. I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit.
Keeping up with the Kardashians is literally keeping up with like who they're married and
Yeah,
dating.
yeah.
Because I have
Like,
no idea.
I didn't
who's
even
who
know those
anymore.
two like talk to each other, but Jamie was like, "Yeah, they've been best friends for like 10 years." I'm like, How
Really?
the fuck do you know that? I was like,
I'm keeping up with the
Like,
Kardashians.
like
Yeah.
isn't Kim Kardashian still with Ray J?
no, she's
no,
No, there's a lot like
imagine
that.
that.
Dang. No, he has his own show. Looking for love.
Keeping up with our. Oh,
Looking for love. with-
Whoa, what you
Keep it
say?
with RJ.
I was like keeping up with Ray J.
Keeping up with-
But no, yours was better.
Keeping it up.
Whoa.
Damn. What's another? good
We took a
name?
hard left right there.
I know. like Ray J.
Oh my god.
All right.
Ray's Raging J. I don't know. Oh man.
Guys, remember.
Yeah,
Remember.
Yeah, there's a lady present.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
come on.
Is
Sorry,
that
guys.
Professional.
I was thinking of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking show now. I was like, oh, come
All
on.
right, take 5, guys. Let's rewind.
I'm just
Did I mention you're our first like female?
yes.
I
Sorry.
was like, when you're like that.
We're
I'm
actually
like,
surprisingly being very well
Yeah.
Oh.
compared to normal. So.
Wait, okay, this is okay.
Holding
Now
back.
it's my turn to
Yeah.
ask
Oh,
you guys
yeah,
a
yeah.
question.
Oh, sure.
You're the journalist.
So,
You're the
okay,
journalist.
let's
Uh-oh.
go.
Let's hear this.
Anyone can answer. Just press the red button in front of your chair.
What is it?
like Jeopardy?
Wait, I forgot my question.
Oh,
See, that's
man.
real life. You
Aw.
sometimes I sometimes forget my question. I'm like, wait, and the person's like, they're waiting. For
Get
my
her a
question.
notepad.
There are no
Um,
bad. But don't lose that because we only have 2 of them. Don't take that.
How is it? I know you guys kind of answered this, but how is it to just come in here and do this cool podcast with your friends?
I mean, I'll go first.
I'm
because-
chewing a donut.
for it.
Yeah, Pierce shouldn't have done it. I mean, I look at this like before I had a baby, it was like just fucking like my one
Nuts.
day out of the week I can just come and just hang out with my best friends and stuff, and that's what we did. Basically, we would hang out for 4 hours of the day and just drink and just
Of the
talk.
You're like,
night.
let's make it a
the night.
podcast.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that, I mean, but now it's like I have a baby, so like I look forward to this day. Like I'm like, hell yeah, like I'm gonna go and see my friends and talk about some
Aw.
stupid stuff that I'm gonna listen to
Selena,
later and be
again.
like, oh, that was fucking so stupid. But yeah, I mean, it's a blast for me.
That's good.
It's definitely escape.
Aw.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I think, it's kind of one of those things when it started, like we would just get together, watch football, and we would just talk, make jokes and stuff. We're like, man, we should just record this and like, let's do it. So, that's kind of how it started. But honestly, it's just like hanging out. Like I forget about the cameras and everything. It's just like, we're just talking and drinking.
Like the podcast was already in the making,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
like
pretty
it was
much.
like you guys didn't even
We just needed
rehearse
the hardware,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
That's
should have
cool.
seen us before all of this stuff. We
Yeah.
literally had
A coat hanger.
and a ruler, and we were all
So,
just
like,
passing it.
I had the lavalier mics
Uh-huh.
just there, and I was like, okay, let's do this. So I had a hanger and a ruler, put one like mic on each, and we would just like pass it around.
We shared.
Yeah.
Mics.
Come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
us, like to
And
now,
then-
like what Anthony's done with the
Yeah.
show and Abel. It's like, it's cool to see. Like now we have musical guests.
No,
and
it's
we're, like,
legit.
Yeah.
That's what I.
dope.
Oh, you weren't here. 'Cause
Yeah.
You showed up late.
Yeah.
But I
Oh.
said it was legit.
That's what
Oh, yeah.
That's what
He
you
was actually on
missed.
time.
Yeah, I was actually on time.
Oh.
That's what it was.
I'm like, oh. Yeah. No, I was telling them that it's legit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fun. man.
Everything's pretty.
And what's crazy is like we all grew up in this room, and to, like we say like we're still playing in this room. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
just full circle, like we always say.
Well, like I told you before the show, my fiance, she's always telling me, I have fun at the clubhouse.
Aw.
Like, she knows it's my day out at the bar, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just going back. Like, we have so much history between each other. Yet we all live our own lives. Like,
Mhm.
so whenever we get together, it's just kind of we kind of forget everything.
Yeah, it's good to
the real
unwind.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we come into our little zone, and then we talk about outside our world, I guess. But I don't know if that answers your question. It's just
Yeah.
it's just fun to
This
come
is
in.
this is basically
The
like
clubhouse.
our once a week therapy with our therapist.
with our
Like you're the therapist for today.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah, like we have a
cool.
new therapist every single
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
We're trying new therapists.
Yeah, but we do
Free.
like we'll throw ideas out, and obviously anybody could throw out ideas. Like you said, you talked about this. Anybody throws out ideas, but the people that act on it. So Anthony's the one that acts on it. Like, that's awesome, because we
Yeah.
could throw ideas, and then Anthony's like, I like that. That's how the musical guest. It was just an idea we
Ah.
had, and then he made it happen. So
So Anthony's a mastermind
oh,
behind everything.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he kind of
Anthony's
like
a-
stays quiet behind the glass, but then he like next thing
His
you
mic's
know,
working.
he's planning. Yeah, he's planning
Anthony's
stuff out.
definitely like head coach. He's like,
Yay.
Yeah.
he's got bigger plans, and we just see the game. But Anthony sees the
No,
whole season.
Anthony's like the GM,
Yeah.
He's like-
Ah,
Yeah.
upper management.
He's like vice
that's
president.
cool.
Just kidding. You could be president. I'll be president.
You could be president.
Well, we
What
kind of.
did I say I wanted to be?
Anth-
we had titles that
Look,
we
like
wanted to be.
Anthony's like the Jerry Jones.
Jerry
Yeah,
Mm.
he's like the Jerry Jones.
With the flag in the back
Yeah.
and
Yeah. 'Cause he
everything.
Because he finances everything. He has the ideas. Like
He signed
We
Dak.
better win a
Yeah.
Super Bowl, goddammit.
and then
This year.
then-
Yeah,
this
right.
year.
Right? You're a Cowboys fan?
Yes.
All right.
I would say I'm like the quarterback. No,
Yeah.
I'm like the head coach, and then
Like Jason
and then
Garrett.
no,
Got
and then
fired.
and then Pat is like Viducci or whatever,
Yeah, I'll be Viducci.
and then
That
Peter.
was a fucking baller.
Danucci.
Oh yeah, Danucci.
Yes,
Not-
Pat. He
not
was a
Viducci.
baller. He was a baller.
I was like Danucci. That's
Well,
a-
we've actually talked about maybe having a girls' Middles Open podcast and like getting the wives and girlfriends and having them do
Oh,
like their
that'd be
girl
cool.
version
What did
of
we
it.
call it? Wine something?
Wine
we
down.
came up with
Wine
other
down.
names,
Don't-
but
no,
they're
don't
not
say it
safe.
on,
They're
like,
not
yeah.
safe.
Don't say it.
Oh,
You
don't
said
say
it,
the.
you said it already.
Don't say the.
Well,
name.
we already said
Well,
it.
we got
Somebody's
it
gonna
with like
steal our
other
podcast.
female.
Oh.
No, but
in the
that's
room, that
cool.
was-
The
like,
wine down?
Like,
The wine down.
Yeah.
Drinking wine?
Yeah. I mean, I don't drink wine, but if
Yeah.
your wives do, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Right.
Perfect
You
title.
can start-
Well, speaking of titles, how did the title The Middle's
Ooh.
Open come about?
Abel.
Oh, so that was me.
Why?
The reason is
He's-
because like, okay, so I love politics. I don't like
Uh-huh.
the bickering and stuff. Well,
Uh-huh.
kind of do. It's like
I
a
was like,
guilty
you're the
pleasure.
king.
I'm like,
It's
okay, J-Lo, Selena?
Yeah, right.
No, like no. So like
We've literally come in here and say, "You're a bitch, you're a bitch." We start fighting with each other for no reason.
so like there's always like two sides to every story, right?
Yes.
And there's always like the left and the right. And sometimes I think we get so caught up being on one side or the other,
Mhm.
you know? And a lot of the times we do share the same, like we like the same things. Like I've brought up this example that Anthony and I were different sides politically,
Mm-hmm.
but we have a lot more in common than, you know, what
Differences.
exactly.
Mhm.
So it's all about like being in the middle, you know, the middle's open. So I was just like, all right, let's do the middle's open because that's what I feel is best for not only us, but like just society in general. Because I mean, I just feel like we get caught up of being on one side and then we're always trying to prove the other side wrong, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought
good.
well 2 years ago when you started, kind of promoting it and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
I thought it was a joke.
no, I thought it was like the middle's open, like the middle seat is open for like the guests, I guess. And then I thought it was two people. Like
a lot of
Well, yeah. That's kind
I
of like
thought-
how it is, because it could have like more interpretations
dual
than
meanings.
one.
well, yeah, the middle's open, like this one's
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's true. It still works. But I guess I thought like, two people, like the middle is
That's what I
open.
originally thought,
But then
to be
obviously, yeah. But then after a while, obviously, I would catch some of your episodes and stuff, and I'd be like, no, it's more than two people.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, oh, well, it still works though. The middle.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it was funny because it kind of started off with just Peter and I, because like we were
Mhm.
working on another podcast, and then we got kind of booted aside. I know, but we kind of like started our own thing, and Peter and I would always talk. Peter and I would always talk about it, like, hey, let's start a podcast. And I was like, well, I have some lavalier mics. Let's go ahead and do this. So it was like literally like a round table like this, and it was just Peter and I, and then we were just kind of talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was two people. The middle was open. But then Pat came on, then Anthony came on, and then before it like
Evolved.
just
before we
fucking
knew it, it
snowballed.
like started to.
No, that's still
Explode.
cool. That's a cool name.
Yeah, like when I wanted to design the emblem, my first idea was like movie chairs and like having like the middle chair, like say like the middle's open. And I
Oh,
was
now
like,
you're coming up with the ideas.
Nah, I mean that's what I first thought, and then I was like, I kind of want to make it like an El Paso thing. So that was kind of
Yeah.
It would have been cool if it's like let's say 5 chairs, and what is the director chairs that you can see the name there. It'd be
Oh,
cool
look
if
at her.
it'd be
She's already got the
facing
vision.
back. I know.
Yeah,
It'd be
see?
cool if it's facing back and it's all your names like Pat, Anthony, and stuff.
What
And
do you
then
call
and
it?
then the middle one is
Associate
like it's empty because
Yeah.
it's empty. Anyone can sit in that chair.
Yeah.
No
Dang.
name.
That's
Alright,
our new logo.
Yeah.
Where's my notepad?
Where's my button?
Notepad.
Man,
Whoever wants it.
Yeah.
she's definitely creative.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was fast.
It only took.
No, she's like, that was fast. And
No,
it's
I'm
like
surprised.
2
I'm
years.
sorry. Oh.
It's like 2 years it took us to get a good one.
That's
No.
actually kind of, we were debating on a new intro video for the YouTube, and what you just kind of said is kind of close to what we were kind of
That's
talking about.
cool.
Yeah. We don't want to give it away.
Season
Yeah.
3, new
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah.
Season 3's
That's
coming out, huh?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
man.
the summer.
We
You
gotta-
heard
July.
it here first.
We gotta
Yeah.
put up
Season
our
3.
season 2
Season three.
pictures.
Oh,
yeah, we got to get a picture with
Yeah,
you
we-
too.
Yeah,
before
we need a
leave.
picture of you.
Oh.
She's
Go on
like,
our guest.
She's like, no, you can't.
No.
No.
And then you need to sign it
I
like
only do
Lone
video.
Gun.
Yeah, Lone Gun. Shout out to
Yeah.
Lone Gun.
Yeah, shout out Lone Gun.
He has the biggest picture up there.
I know.
Yeah, he's a big guy, that's why.
Yeah. Well, he's the only one that signed it for us. So.
Yeah. Nobody wants to give
VIP.
us their autograph.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
It's not
What
like-
did Josh give us?
No.
Did he give it
A good performance.
No,
Yeah.
that guy was dope, man.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
You should definitely try and direct his video. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
man.
I think you can. That could be a little side project for you.
Yeah, that'd be super sick.
Maybe.
She's busy.
We'll
She's like, don't
see.
add work on.
I
I
know.
know. No, we'll see.
She's
we'll
like,
see.
I'm
I
just
don't know.
trying to watch
Not
Keeping
that
Up
it
with the
intimidates me, but
Kardashians.
I'm just like, I don't know.
Cause like the way you say like you wanted to do it and like the way he like described his music just
Yeah.
like, so perfectly, I was like, oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, he's very poppy.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of music?
I'm sorry, but I think I'm one of those people that it's like, oh, listen to everything. But then you start asking me like, oh, rock, hard rock, this and that. And I'm like, oh, no. So I don't know. I like country. I like, I guess, the mainstream stuff that's on the radio. I really like indie folk, indie pop type of stuff. If I really had to choose, I guess indie. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, what's
Indie, like
That's what
car-
I hear when I hear
car
indie.
racing.
Yeah.
Aw.
Like Indy 500.
She's like, oh.
I was like, what are you doing?
Not that indie.
That's all she listens to is just cars going by.
Dude, she looked at Peter like, oh, pobrecito. Oh, poor guy. Like, it's all just, he's not all there. Like,
He's got race cars in his
He's all
head.
playing with cars.
What else do you guys want for this podcast to be? Like
Oh,
movie. I mean,
jeez.
obviously, we were talking about dreams and stuff. Like, what do you guys want for like, your baby?
your what?
Your baby, like
Oh.
your
For my
podcast,
baby?
the
I was
baby.
like, for my baby?
He looked at me like, what?
He was like, it's not my.
I was like, I don't know what to do yet.
Yeah, like, what do you guys want?
I don't
What'd you
know.
like?
I mean, we've had this talk. We've had this question like when Elevate El Paso came, and they interviewed us, which was weird in itself.
Oh, cool.
They were asking us what the future holds, And the music, like the music aspect of this was really cool, or it is cool. I don't know. I guess maybe sponsors. I mean, down the line, but Anthony takes on the bulk of the work. Like, that's no secret. But obviously, just getting our name out there, getting the publicity a little bit, because Anthony puts so much work into it, and if nobody's listening to it, it kind of sucks. Like, oh, you know, we're having fun, we're doing our thing, because we do have fun doing it. But once you start putting in work, like you said, you take pride, you have a passion, your name's attached to something, so you want it to be a good product, you want people to be listening to it or talking about it. So I guess just building our audience, for me personally, building our audience more. And then when that happens, we'll get more feedback on what people want to hear. So like the music, we've had feedback on the music, and people are saying, oh, it's a great idea. Bring in country. Like a lot of people have been telling us, bring in a country band now. So just off of that feedback, we're able to grow. So I guess the base is building your audience, and then from there you could move on to bigger and better things, I guess.
Well, one of the things that I'm looking like for the podcast is not losing our identity. Like, I like the image that we've grown, and I want to keep it. I don't want to, because Peter has presented opportunities to us with like other people out there, and I don't want to attack. Like, okay, let me give you an example. When we had Michael Tipton on the show, we asked him a very similar question, like, hey, what are you looking, like, what are you looking for with the projects that you're working on? And he said, well, I'm just trying to get as many sponsors to like come on board and this and that. And it's like, yes, you want to be funded, right? But you don't want to lose your identity. You don't want to like tend to the sponsors' needs. Like, I think what we have here is very pure, and I think it's like true. There's no BS of like what we're doing. It's very like unfiltered. And moving forward, like, I want to grow. I want to be able to do the show that I want, that I feel that is the middle is open. I don't want to lose that identity. That's the whole point of having your own independent show.
We're like a real Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Party on.
Party on, Pat.
I was like, is that my cue? I was like,
I'm like looking at you like, go.
It's because like people always say like, man, people always have to feed in. We all have jobs, right? And we have to have those jobs to fund like what we want to do with, say, this. But I don't want to turn this show into like, oh man, I gotta wear my monkey suit today. Like I have to, like, I don't want it to be commercial. I want it to be like, I brought it up to Anthony. I'm like, you know who Joe Rogan is, right? And I like what he does. Not saying that I want to be Joe Rogan, but he doesn't have to tend to anybody's request. He calls his own shots. I know that's like very far-fetched. It's a long way down the road, but that is what I would want, to be able to produce the show that I feel is ours and not anybody else's.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I want to have a golf segment on this show.
Do it.
Like a lesson.
And that's one thing. Like we all kind of do our side. Like, we've brought up ideas. It's just implementing the ideas now. Because we've talked, like, obviously we got Pat, who's golf. Abel puts his golf videos up. Like, we're always just like, Anthony, the musical aspect of it, he's awesome. He appreciates it. So we all kind of, even though we have our podcast, we throw our own mix into it, you know. Like, on Sundays, I usually will start grilling, and I'll put a picture of whatever beer I'm drinking or whatever with the food or whatever I'm grilling, and just say something small. Like, we all kind of add our own little flair or our own identities into this show. So, like Abel said, keeping it pure. I would want to get money back with sponsors, not necessarily to make money, but just to fund the equipment. Not like sometimes, and we said this from the beginning, and we've told Anthony, dude, this is all cool and all, but we were also cool with lavalier mics and a ruler. Like, and it's awesome that Anthony's put so much, but then he also takes passion in it, like, or he takes pride in it. So obviously he wants to get out the best product. When we brought him on, it was because he was like, hey, it kind of sounded like shit. You guys could use the back room. All right. And then we took it from there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there was legit crickets.
yeah, I hear that episode. I think it's still up.
Yeah.
All you hear is
It's
crickets.
like Backyard Boys or some shit.
Yeah, like we interviewed Jiminy.
Right? All right, really quick, because I don't want to take any more of your time. It's your day off, and you're like, yeah, like I
No
want to get out of here.
worries,
She's like,
no
no worries, get me out of here. Anyways, all right, we have a problem in this studio. Big
Mhm.
problem.
It's a bug problem. So if you see
A bug? Oh my! That was supposed to be the first disclaimer.
There's no bug
No,
problem.
yeah.
So eat that donut.
It's like, oh, there's already one there.
All right, so we all get our news different ways, right? We've talked about
Mhm.
this earlier in the show. Anthony over here is a big YouTube guy. He
Ah.
looks a lot of things up on YouTube, some good, some bad.
The Giants.
What was that
I-
one thing?
I
Do you remember like it was like searched? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but remember
Oh,
what was that?
yeah, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
I was like, what the hell?
Okay.
Is this? Sorry. That was a
all right.
bad-
So
Yeah.
how do you convince Anthony, being the guy that goes down that YouTube wormhole? How do you
Mhm.
convince him that everything he sees on YouTube isn't real, and what you are doing as a pure journalist is what he should be following?
Well, first, Anthony, my fellow YouTuber, I do the same thing. I sometimes
There's so much info there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I sometimes go through a black hole of just YouTube videos, but I don't know. Just exit, man. Just click the X and that's it. It's for your own good. Don't waste time because we don't know if it's fake or not. Like, I don't know what type of videos maybe he's looking at or whoever's looking at them, but I just think I
Doesn't mean.
ever. Yeah, I just think it's better for you not to waste your time because you just don't know if it's real or fake. And so, I mean, sometimes you usually can spot the fake stuff. I feel.
But what I'm saying is, like, how did news get that stigma?
Fake
I
news?
mean, I think.
Yeah, like how did that happen?
I really think.
People not hearing what they wanted, and
Yeah,
they,
I think it's one side, like left and right. Like that's how. fake
Yeah,
news can get.
I
not
think.
to mention like political figures
Yeah,
use
yeah.
that now, like to discredit. Like if somebody comes under fire for something bad they did, they're like, "Oh, well, that's fake.
Mhm.
That's a lie." Like
Fake news.
anybody could say that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
From the lowest
Yeah.
level people to the highest level.
It's just like, yeah, disagreements, and you're like, oh, well, that's fake,
Yeah.
that's fake. I mean, and not to say, like, let's be real. Personally, for me, I just think what kind of spurred it all or started it all was our former president. I mean, he didn't like what some stations were saying, national stations were saying about him or what was being said, and he's like, oh, like, to kind of discredit them. Oh, that news was fake news. And then from there, I mean, it started
Everything was
rattling
fake, yeah.
up and yeah, and then not only that, I guess, kind of like I said, for me personally, I just think that's how it kind of started. And then from there, it's just like two sides. If you just don't, I mean, simply the whole J-Lo Selena thing, you can be like, oh, fake. You know, it's so easy to just kind of be like fake news.
I think J Lo. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Do we ever get out of it?
the fake news.
Like, or is this the new norm?
Yeah.
I guess it's the norm. I don't think
It's gonna go away.
I don't think it's ever gonna go away. I just think, especially again with social media, I just think it's gonna continue.
How come news agencies don't like attach their news on YouTube now? Do they?
Oh, I don't know.
Like subscribe to their YouTube
Well,
channels?
for example, for my station, we do have the YouTube. I mean, we don't like
But it's
promote it
clips,
like
right?
that.
But it's just not
It's
as
just
popular.
clips, right? Or is it like the full
Oh no,
story?
it's not the full news, like the 30-minute newscast. It's not. It's
like
just like
clips,
certain
right? Yeah.
clips, certain stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mhm.
So they're dabbing their feet. Like most
Yeah.
respected news agencies are starting to I
Dabble
guess
in it too.
dabble in it.
All right, really quick before we let you go, I wanted to ask this question. I totally forgot. Is there a story that, like an assignment that you had, and you're like, really, this is what I'm going to be covering? You don't have to say it, but where it kind of like entered your mind, like, oh, dude, this is going to be weird. Like, kind of funny. Like, hey, you're going to go to the El Paso Zoo and cover whatever, you know.
Or,
I mean,
hot dog eating
that.
championship.
Yeah, hot dog eating
Those
contest.
those are no.
Of Messia Valley.
It may sound weird, and in the moment you may be like, let's say that, like the hot dog eating, whatever. But you're kind of like, yeah, like that's weird, but it's gonna be fun. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be. I mean, like pre-COVID, whenever we had those events, it was fun. It's cool. It's fun. And then sometimes, for example, oh, you're gonna cover something at Western Playland. There you are, Western Playland, like getting video of people screaming. Yeah, and it's just fun. And yeah, I mean, you do have weird, odd stories, but they end up being just fine. Like
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. I know if anything, the one that I recently did. So stations have like this kind of rating period every 3 months or so. They have like a rating period, and where like some like national thing, I don't want to get too much into it, but they basically rate us, like how our ratings and viewers are doing and how we are doing as a station. So we have to submit certain like specific cool ideas or different ideas. So the one I did recently for that rating period, it was taxidermy. I was kind of like, what? Like me.
I think I saw that story of yours.
Is that
Yeah,
cool? I first politics aside, guns or whatever. I don't know. The idea was, I don't know why people kill these animals. Like I was like, oh my god. And then from there the idea started. I was just like, well, why do people do it? Like why do people do this, and why do they stuff the animal? You know, not to get too much into it, but yeah. And from there I was like, I just have to do this idea. I have to do it. I have to go figure it out for myself, but I have to probably go figure it out for other people that are maybe thinking the same way as me. Why do people kill these and blah blah blah? So I started making phone calls, and yeah, thankfully there's 2 taxidermists in town that are local. One of them is in like under the Spaghetti Bowl in El Paso, and one's right here in Sunset Park. And then after that, well, and that's the thing. That's what I learned. They're not really actually stuffed. It's a mannequin. So and that made me be kind of more like, what? Like, I mean, back in the day it was stuffed, but that was years back. Nowadays, in the last years,
It's like I've been lied to my entire life.
It's like the skin.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
just
they
the thing. Yeah, it's just the skin. So, for example, that idea, I remember when I pitched, because you first have to pitch it and they have to approve it at the station, and your news director and your bosses have to approve it. I pitched it, and they're kind of like, I don't know, I don't think that's gonna work. And I'm like, no, yes, like look, and you're trying to sell your idea, you're trying to sell your story. So I'm telling them and explaining to them how I kind of want to do it, and they're like, all right, well, let's see, like go shoot it, and if we don't like it, we're gonna say no. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I ended up getting both of the taxidermists, and it was just great. It was so much fun. It was weird. I was uncomfortable. I was super uncomfortable.
Did you watch that process, like the entire process?
Like the sewing and stuff, like sewing the skin and whatnot.
So so say like my mom is really weird and she wants to taxidermy our dog because she's had him for like 13 years.
They can.
So like they make a mannequin the same size as him, and then they just cut his skin and put it on top of it. That is so fucking gnarly. Yeah.
I know for dogs, they were telling me that it is common that dogs.
Oh, look, there it is, Pat.
There's her story.
Look at that. You see, it's a mannequin.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
I'm literally watching off her reflections.
Yeah, that's some good footage.
Yeah,
Thank
that is good
you.
footage. Man, who's that camera, man? Like,
Where's that Photog?
Do you like Photog or camera?
Photog. I think Photog is a
Or
thing.
camera woman.
yeah, do you get offended like if we say cameraman?
No, because if anything, for me at least, it's kind of like, well, I'm a girl in a man's world. So it's all good. I don't mind it. I mean, photog is just, at least for us, like in my field, it's a really common term.
The photog?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you like
Who's that Cam?
have you ever I mean, this is a dumb question, but you've learned from like on an assignment that like this one you said you were kind of uncomfortable with it, but now that you actually did this assignment, you took the time to put in the work, you probably have a newfound respect for these people.
Heck yeah. Honestly, like
Damn, so you shot all this? I'm so sorry. That's cool.
No. It's okay. Yeah, no, it and I think
that's cool.
That's what's special about it. I think that's what's special about it. That you just become curious. You're curious and you just want to know why. You want to learn why. And sometimes those are the best ideas. I'm not saying mine's the all the best and 100% whatever. But I think that it's just common for everybody that you have an idea and you just become curious and you want to pursue it to figure out why it's a thing. So that's exactly what happened to me. I was just like, I want to figure it out, which I did. And yes, I was super uncomfortable because I thought in their shop I would see stuff. But no, you learn that it's not at all that way.
They're like
and they seem
professional.
so happy, like you're taking an interest in their line of work, their passion, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was watching right now the gentleman that was on there. He was like really upbeat, kind of like, hey, you know, somebody's taking our career serious. Like, I mean, not like people wouldn't, but you're giving them a spotlight.
No,
basically.
and one of them, and I think it might be the man that you saw that was smiling. He's the one that I spoke on the phone with, and he told me that years back, someone called him to, hey, I want to do a story on you guys, taxidermy. He's like, oh yeah, cool. I mean, kind of, it's like free promotion, you know. I get a story out of him, and he gets free advertisement. So he's like, yeah, sure. And I mean, he thought everything was going well, and then when the story aired, I guess the reporter, I don't even know who it was. I didn't even look it up. Yes, they were like, okay, the first thing you smell here is like, it smells like a dead dog and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, like you're not supposed to. Okay, maybe the person wasn't lying. Maybe the reporter like really did smell that. But at least when I went in, it was fine. Like, and I don't know. It's just.
You kind of got it blasted.
Yeah, and that's not cool. So I know he was really like skeptical of how I was gonna do it, but I was like, honestly, dude, like, well, not dude, but I was like, honestly, like, I just wanna tell your story. I want to know why you're a taxidermist. I want to know why you even do it, aside from obviously getting money and making a living out of it. But he's like, I love it. And that was the point of the story, the art of taxidermy. I wanted to know why it's a thing, and
what's funny is you kind of came at it with the idea of one thing, you left with a different idea.
Yeah, you leave with respect. Not only that, that I also interviewed, well, I called him like, oh, are you a hunter, like hunting? And then he's like, well, just call me outdoorsman. So I'm gonna call him outdoorsman. I interviewed an outdoorsman, and he explained why he did it. And I thought it was about, oh, let's just kill animals and hang up in the wall. And no, it's not about that. It's about a harvest. You're harvesting the meat, and you are just how we eat, like, you know, burgers and stuff. They're eating like their meat, and it's fresh and stuff, and they have it in their house.
Yeah, it tastes better to know you did it.
Yeah, well, like, and then one would argue what they're doing is a lot more pure than how we receive our food and stuff, you know. And
that's one of the things. I don't know. I don't think I put it in the interview, but he literally was like, you guys may think I'm crazy, and maybe you guys are judging me, but look what you're eating. Yeah. If anything, my animal died more pure. They herd him into a
slaughterhouse, and like they're happy, and then
and honestly, he even made me rethink me. I'm like, oh man, like you're right.
She's
you
like,
know,
the next day I went to go buy a gun, and I'm going hunting next week.
Killed an elk, and now he's hanging in my wall.
So no, you do find respect, and you learn along the process. At least for me, this is exactly what happened for that story. And yeah, you find respect, and that's what's cool about it. So if anything, that for me, that was the weirdest story I've ever done, and it ended up being good. Like my bosses really, really liked it, and I got good comments on it.
Sweet.
Have you guys? Sorry to interrupt, but have you guys seen that documentary on Netflix called Seaspiracy?
No.
No, but I've seen the commercial.
I was like,
oh shit, let's hear this.
I'm hooked on Project Blue Book still.
Dude, no, you should watch that.
Don't even start with that.
Did you see that tweet that it said, oh, come on, Netflix?
Conspiracy?
It was right there.
Was conspiracy.
Yeah. But it's called what?
Seaspiracy.
Oh,
I was like, that's dumb.
Well, when I saw it on Netflix, I thought it said conspiracy. I mean, that's all I saw.
It should have been conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy movie, like a genre, but
it's a documentary?
Yeah. It's fucking dope. You should watch it.
It
makes me like not want to eat fish, like, because it's like, fuck, like,
I don't know, man. I've seen all those movies, and like the Super Size Me, I was like, dude, I'm fucking hungry. Let's go to McDonald's right after I saw that.
They never curve your idea.
You know, like the Blackfish, we were talking about it, Blackfish.
I just wanted to go to
oh
SeaWorld.
Man, that's sad. And I'm like, dude, but that's kind of cool. I want to go get splashed by Shamu, you know, like.
You book.
Yeah.
Let's go to SeaWorld this weekend.
Evil
people. But SeaWorld is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going down to.
I was like,
I'm planning my vacation right now. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
All right, we talk about nostalgia a lot. Like, what is the one thing you like? Because a
Blockbuster.
new show just came out, Mighty Ducks, on Disney Plus.
Okay.
What's the one that you like? Your childhood, if you could go back and bring.
Oh my goodness. I think Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. Wow.
Those were creepy.
They
Yeah.
were, but
But
yeah.
I miss them.
I had yeah. I
It's like
had
so
a-
was Nightmare on Elm Street.
I had my 3rd birthday. My parents would go all out. Every birthday we had like a character, especially my sister. Hers was
Damn,
over like
great
the
memory
the-
over here. 3rd
Yeah,
birthday.
Yeah.
I had no
No,
birthdays.
honestly,
You had a birthday?
Starts crying.
What's that?
Pat's
They said-
like,
they said I can't have a birthday till I'm 12.
They're like, you can't eat candy.
They say you get one birthday when you were born, and that's it.
And that's it.
You were born
You
that
got
day.
it already. Congratulations.
Oh, should I not talk about
He's a
mine?
liar.
No, talk
He's a liar.
It makes me feel better about
Oh,
it.
okay. No, that's actually the first memory I ever have. It might sound a little creepy, but that's my very, very first memory. I don't know if you guys have your first memory when you were little, but for me, that was that one. Like I like it's so weird. Like obviously we don't remember when we're 1. We don't remember when maybe we're 2. But my 3rd birthday, I remember it, and I'm just
Wow,
like,
dang.
what the heck? And well, maybe it was trauma because my my parents would go all out, and they literally made me a freaking Teletubby suit,
oh,
Oh wow.
and I'm over
Yeah,
here like, like.
Okay, that's very
Where are the pictures?
Yeah.
Where are the pictures
Yeah.
on that?
I'm traumatized
I have a
already.
picture.
yeah.
I don't want to show it.
go
because-
ahead, send that picture to Anthony.
put it
Just
on
put
the
that
screen.
up on
No,
your screen
no,
right now.
no.
Which Teletubby were you?
The yellow one.
What was the name? Pooh?
Oh man, I
Tinky
don't
Winky,
know.
Dipsy,
Tinky.
Lala. That's Lala.
Lala. Yeah, I think he's.
And Poe.
Yeah, it might be Lalo. Yeah.
I said Pooh.
It's Poe.
Pooh.
Yeah, Tinky
Yeah.
Winky, Lala, Dipsy, and Poe.
Yeah, I think it's Lalo.
Damn.
I was gonna say I remember Pat. I think used to watch that a lot when he was a
Dude,
kid.
I
He
fucking-
still watches it.
Teletubbies
Now
and
he
Dragon
watches the Bubble
Tales, dude.
Guppies.
Dragon Tales? Yeah, now it's Bubble Guppies.
Dragon Tail.
Dude, Dragon Tales was my shit.
Oh, is that the theme or what?
No, it's like Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Yeah.
Just the way you said it, she was like Dragon Tales.
Dude,
and,
like
all
Saturday
that.
morning.
She had the little
Yeah.
hovering.
My
voice
sister
thing.
would wake up. She would wake me up every Saturday morning by whispering in my ear, "Saturday morning cartoons," and I'd be like, and then we would just go and sit in front of the TV and just watch cartoons all Saturday morning. It was the bee's knees.
Wow. All right, guys. So I guess with that, we'll close up shop.
Shout out
Ya se
Teletubbies.
acabó.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You want to go another
No.
hour?
We're at 2.
Tune in for part 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
ooh.
Oh,
I don't
sheesh.
know when, but I don't even know if I'm gonna get invited.
You're
Oh.
executive producer now.
Yeah.
Executive producer Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf.
I'll need you to stay after the podcast and start editing, please.
I know.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Dick Wolf, dude. Damn.
Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
SVU,
he's-
yeah, SVU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the Law and Orders.
Genius.
Yeah, man.
SVU. I used to say
Dick
SVU.
Wolf.
Yeah.
And Marlenn Barraza.
Dun,
Wow.
dun. I wish I had
Um,
that hotkey. I don't
Yeah,
have
you
it.
need to get that, man.
Yeah, I
You
will.
should.
Damn
I'm gonna
it,
make a note
Anthony.
right now on my new post-it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dude, you want to go step back there? Like, dude,
I'll check
Anthony's
it out
set
right
up.
now.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
He's moving on up over there. He's gonna drop us pretty soon and bring
Yeah,
on
move
another
Move
show.
on
show.
somewhere
He's got
else.
he's got a key to one of the nukes.
One of these
Whenever you
buttons.
need it, you just presses a button.
Hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for having
No,
me.
No,
Thank you for
Like,
coming.
yeah,
This
thank
is
you so
awesome.
much for coming. Like I said, you're our first female guest
I
on
hope
this
I
show.
did well.
You did
No,
great.
you crushed
Thank
it. Like I said, we had
Better than us.
Sandra. We had Sandra Escobar on our show almost a year. Well, no, more than a year ago
Oh yeah,
now.
she was.
She
Like,
was
very
nice
first.
enough to bring Johnny Guillen,
Mhm.
local boxer here in town.
Mhm.
And then Sandra kicked it with us for like about 30 minutes. But like I said, she's kind of like a dude. She's like one of the guys.
I was like, yeah, and then like Amanda
And
came
then-
on, and then
Oh yeah, like, well, that's your
and then,
sister
like,
though.
Jamie.
Yeah, but that, come on. I mean, I'm talking about like,
Like a
no,
guest.
Yes.
Yeah, like
no
a-
connection
Yeah,
to
yeah.
us whatsoever.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, thank
It's
you.
taken us 2 years to get a female.
I know. That's why I said
Well,
it
like-
sounded kind of bad when we were
No, no,
talking
I
about
know.
like equal rights and all. Like, and then we're like,
Yeah.
oh, well,
Come
you
back
know,
next
women.
week.
no, like,
we need to catch up.
yeah.
No,
I know. Well, a couple weeks ago we had our first female artist
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Le
Oh,
Voyage.
really?
Yeah.
Le Voyage.
Le Voyage.
Yeah, you
Shout
want to
out.
check out Le Voyage's
Yeah.
performance. It's on
Yeah, she
YouTube
did
right
really
now,
well.
guys. Anthony did a really
Great
good
video.
job with that. The music is really, really cool. You want to check
Talented
that
group.
out, Marlenn?
I do it.
And if
Yeah.
you know anyone that has
Yeah,
musical
you know-
experience, too,
yeah.
come on down.
Shoot 'em.
any musicians?
Share,
you-
share the word. Like,
Yeah, you know any
Yeah.
musicians that want to come on and spread their love?
I'm thinking.
Spread their love.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Well, if you're listening too and are
Yeah.
interested,
Yeah,
shoot us
yeah.
an email.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. I
No.
hope
That was 2 hours.
I hope
Yeah.
good things for this podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Those are nice
Yeah.
words.
we'll be in touch. With,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
It's usually
Definitely.
like,
production. Even if it's like, hey, how did we fuck this up and how can you fix it?
Hell.
she's got like really nice words. She's like, I hope the best for this podcast. Where like other people is like, when's this coming out again? Are you gonna add that?
See, no, because I understand how long it takes. So take
Yeah.
your time, guys.
Awesome.
Nice.
I get it.
All right. Any last words, Pat?
No, I really enjoyed. Those 2 hours flew by.
Oh my
I
God, 2
felt-
hours?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh.
What is it?
155.
I am so sorry.
No,
No,
no, that's
like,
normal.
that's-
2 hours
Oh,
is
okay,
normal.
Okay, okay.
We
Like,
once
usually-
had an episode that was like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, we're going
you
for a
don't
record.
want to go down that
No.
path.
Yeah, it
And on the
was-
Yeah.
4th hour,
my dad was drunk.
Yeah,
All
we
of
were
us
all
were.
we were all
we were
drunk.
just mumbling.
It's because like we had a snow day.
Uh-huh.
Like it was a day that El Paso snowed, right?
Oh, yeah.
So then we're like, hey, we're gonna
Nobody
have,
has work.
we're gonna have work off tomorrow. So
Yeah,
like,
so we
let's
all
go
just-
till the break of dawn, guys. And then we
Yeah.
like just kept on going. And then
We were
we're like,
debating on
we're
breaking the record, but then we checked it and it was like 36 hours,
so
and we're like,
36.
yeah, we're not breaking
yeah,
that.
we gotta go back to
No.
work.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we didn't have an SD card big enough.
No, yeah, that too.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna edit that
Um,
video.
But yeah, Pat, last words.
I enjoyed the interview.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can get you back on the show.
Yeah, no,
I'm
definitely.
down. Let me know. I'm off weekends, so
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah.
We got another regular, guys.
yeah.
Peter.
No, just thanks for sacrificing your day off. I understand how busy it
Sorry.
is for you guys, and here you are. So hanging out in the bar.
Yeah,
Thanks
you-
for letting me hang at the bar.
yeah, you're in a
Mhm.
bar.
More than welcome anytime.
You were in a bar on Sunday morning.
Yeah. How many people can say that?
Yeah,
Bring
Anthony.
the mimosas.
Eating donuts.
Yeah, eating donuts.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
ate the donut. Did you eat the donut?
Not
No,
yet. I
no.
got,
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
moment. in the
Oh.
She's a
moment.
professional, man. She doesn't eat on camera.
Dude, like I
Yeah.
said, like
she
last
gave up
week.
sweets for
Last
for
week
Lent.
we thought Josh
For
Melindo was the coolest guy ever, and then he said Miller Lite, and we're like, oh, we gotta
Aw.
cut this guy. And then we're like, dude, Marlenn, like coolest female ever, and then she's like, I don't eat donuts. And then it's
No, I
like,
do
oh.
eat donuts,
She
just
don't wanna
not
eat
on
it.
camera.
Yeah, but-
Professional.
Anthony knows. see?
Yeah.
Okay, to close the show, I say she has to take a bite out of
Yeah,
it.
take
Oh.
bites, closing the show.
Yes. Cheers, guys.
for Amber.
Well, hold on. Before you do that, I wanted to say some. Shout out to Aaron. I think his name is Lechuga.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Aaron, man. He works at AT&T. I went in there and he recognized me with my hat on, the middle's open, and he's a listener. So shout out to him, man. He hooked me up.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Kind of weird to run into somebody that I didn't know and they just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
recognized me from the podcast.
So,
So
but did
shout
he
out
give
to
you
him.
a good discount?
he did. I'm not going to disclose it because I don't want to get him in trouble or anything. But yeah, he hooked it up.
That's Aaron Lechuga on Trowbridge. He gave me a you know.
Go check him out, man.
Anthony edits it.
Yeah.
I edited that part.
Yeah.
It's like
Market Anthony.
it's like he gets his pink slip tomorrow.
Round of applause for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
No, that's dude. That was cool.
Shout out to
What
him.
was that feeling like?
It was kind of
You're
weird.
famous.
I know. It was kind of weird. It was like I walked in and he's just like, I listened to the podcast, and I'm like, oh shit, cool, thanks, man.
Oh,
Yeah, so it
You
was
were
kind of weird.
rocking the hat or what?
Yeah, I had the hat and the hoodie, so
That's
you
cool.
couldn't miss
And
me.
the,
Yeah.
and the new underwear. Have you
Uh,
seen
Oh, yeah.
the underwear line?
Socks
the,
and
for
everything.
With the
summer?
middles open in the back.
No, awesome.
But yeah, shout out to him.
Assless chaps.
No,
Sorry.
no, yeah, guys. Last words. Thank you so much for coming in. It was like really cool. Like, just having someone in that profession coming in and give you
Definitely.
a little bit of an insight of what you do on a daily basis. Trying to convince this conspiracy guy over here behind the plexiglass. Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
No, thank you guys for letting me talk and are wanting to know about what we do. That's really cool. I mean, there's obviously more to it too.
Yeah.
There's more to it. But no, it's fun.
Sweet. All right, you need to take a bite out of that.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, let's see.
Imagine I just nibble.
Sponsored by
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh,
All right,
Dunkin'
she got a big
Donuts.
bite. What is that? Grade it. We grade everything here.
We grade everything.
She's like, it's a little cold.
It's a little hard.
I wish it was fresh.
Chewy.
I'm
It's a little
gonna do a 9.
9. Okay.
Oh,
The reason why is because well, it's soft. It's really good. Soft. A 10 would have been the
Hot chocolate.
no. Which ones are those that literally have nothing on them? They're so plain.
Oh,
Just
just
glaze? Just regular glaze.
what
is
are
it
they-
like
no,
coffee
no, no.
donut?
No,
Or-
just plain.
No,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ones that don't even have glaze.
Yeah,
Which
it's
ones
Isn't it
I think
a coffee donut?
yeah, I
Plain
think it's
donut.
just
plain.
I
Donut?
forgot what they call them. They call them something, but it's nothing.
A
Those are-
bagel.
No.
Nothing.
I
Pretty
know what
much,
you're
yeah.
talking about.
All right. Cool.
Old fashioned.
How,
you.
how was that delivery service?
Amber.
Amber!
She's awesome.
Thumbs up.
Amber is awesome. Shout out.
I give her a 10 out of 10.
All right.
Nice. And then that meter of comfort, where are you right now?
I think I broke it.
Yeah, he broke the meeting.
Yes,
I
that's
broke
what we
it.
love
That's
to
good.
hear. That's the biggest compliment that we can get whenever we have guests. As long as they're comfortable. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. This was an episode.
Trying to do a motherfucking podcast in here, shit.